So, hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of what I envision to be a sort of Dofus podcast. What I mean by that is, people who are listening right now could switch their screens off, could be doing house chores, could be driving somewhere, and still be able to listen to it. Ultimately, we will take the audio bit, refine it, edit it, and then have it uploaded for anybody else who missed it to be able to listen to it at a future point in time. Right, we've cleared that out of the way. I'm sure you're familiar with the three guests we have in today, but before I introduce them, I thought I'd begin by telling you that today's conversation is really not about me. It's about these three people. We will ask them questions, we will hear their stories. You will get a chance to ask them whatever you have been meaning to for a while. So you could direct your questions to me. I'll note some of them down and eventually maybe make their way to our three wonderful guests. I have three quick short stories for you, and then I will disappear for good. The first one is, my old friend Smurf, there's this chap when I started playing the game who used to be on voice chat with me for all night. He was an insomniac like I suspect most of you are in this chat here today. We would play the game up until 5, 6 in the morning, and then when he would drive to work, I would still be sharing my screen, telling him about the game, what we will do when he comes back. And the same thing would happen again on his way back to his house. Second anecdote is, there's this French streamer who, when I started getting into dreams, I wanted to know everything there is to know about it. But there's not that much content out there. And then there's this French streamer and video maker, YouTuber, who actually invited Guillaume Kiwi. For those of you that don't know him, he's the holder of the highest dream floor count. He's the number one in terms of dreams. He had this gentleman over to his chat for an hour and a half. So I was able to be doing chores at home, drive everywhere, and still listen and acquire information for something that interested me. So there's clearly a demand for this type of thing, but the content is still lacking. Funny thing about it is sometimes I would listen to it to go to sleep. Yeah, the thing is it is in French, so it's difficult for most people to understand. And this is why we have three guests here that speak in English. Third and last anecdote is the biggest ever opening was done by a bunch of 3 or 4 friends. They were French as well. And one of the things they did on top of posting about their dream runs, their openings, is they actually sat down all together for over an hour and a half and talked about mobs, mechanics. Imagine how brilliant that is if you wanted to understand how every mob in the game functions, and you just listen to it while doing whatever it is you're doing today. Right, that was my 3 stories. Why did I tell you all of this? 2 things. There's demand for long format content about Dofus that doesn't require you to be sat in front of a computer or a screen for that matter. And 2, from the big openings to this conversation, everything is better and more fun when done together with friends. So, without further ado, let's meet our guests for the day. Who shall we start with? Do you want to
I
get
can
it?
introduce myself.
Let's
That's fine.
go. Let's go, Washington.
Yeah, hello everybody. I'm Washington. I'm doing Ironman series on YouTube. Sometimes I stream. Something unique about me is that I play this game little by little, level by level, in Ironman mode. And yeah, without any help, doing everything by myself, crafting, not using markets and everything. I'm trying slowly get into the top tier of the game and get all the achievements just before level 200. That's just simple short introduction from my side.
Fantastic, thank you very much. MrBlack, do you want to go next?
Yeah, why not? So many of you might know me. Obviously, MrBlack. Sorry, my camera just seems to have gone a bit blurry there for a moment. I'd probably say I'm one of the old school players. So I actually started playing when I just left school. I'm actually 33 now. So that was actually on Dofus 1.29. remember actually being a level 21 fecker and trying to find groups to do fungus mobs. That was a bit out of my league at the time, but that was great. It was actually a character called Scorf, and it's actually a real life friend of mine that got me into the game. I suppose really my kind of content really. It's a bit of everything. So anyway, everything apart from PvP. So from guides, giveaways, dungeon runs, achievements, pretty much anything Dofus related. I just am terrible at PvP, so I don't do it.
Mm. Fantastic. I'm sure a lot of people will relate to that bit about PvP. Eslex, do you want to go next?
Yes, sure, of course. Well, most of you guys know me from my YouTube channel, of course, but for those of you who don't know, I've been playing this game for like Dofus for about 17 years, probably since 2007. Really enjoying the game, and like back in the days, I was actually watching like the old school English YouTubers like Veldin. Most of the old school players probably still know Veldin. Watched his Freak of 3 tutorials back in the days. And then, of course, you have people like Benjamite, Defy, The Wanted, for those of you who watched PvP like 10 years ago. So yeah, I looked up to those people, and like about 3 years ago, when like thanks to Benjamite, I got into the YouTube as well and started making Dofus content on my channel to help you guys. Like I was looking up to people when I started out Dofus, and I want to give back to the community basically. So that yeah, that was basically the reason I started this, and I'm still enjoying this until this day. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that first round of introductions. Guys, if you have any questions about everything you've heard now, feel free to pop it in the chat, and I will make sure that your favorite streamer up here hears about it and possibly gives you an answer. Right.
Mr. Black is looking very yellow, someone says.
Yeah, sorry, it's kind of the room I'm in.
Yeah,
It's
it is
actually
okay.
it's actually a cream wall, but obviously I got a light over here, a light down here. It kind of illuminates it a little bit. Otherwise, I look like a bit like a ghost.
Sweet. I will start with the first question, just to sort of break the ice and give you the chance to tie it back to the game. Now, we've heard about how you got into streaming and how you've played the game for long. But today, if we were to log into one of your accounts, double click on a recall potion, where is it taking us? And why have you picked that one in particular?
Ooh.
That's actually
That's a good
question.
one.
I can actually start this because I know the answer.
Let's go.
So if you click on the recall potion on my account, you will be brought to the Owaimi Zap. So the reason for that was basically that my Zap was always the place where I was questing, and when I was doing the quest on the Owaimi Island, so that became my place for like those weeks, months, I don't know for how long. But because there was never anyone there, like it was always the quietest Zap, and the bank was one map below, I decided to just keep that Zap, and it stayed like that forever. The only problem now is that everyone knows that it's my Zap, and it's really, really crowded these days. So I don't know if I should move out, but yeah, it's a really nice place.
Maybe not move out, but yes, it's good to see that you've had an impact and popularized the Zap that was so low-key and very little known. Nice,
Yeah.
nice. So you've got the bank. Have you got any other perks aside from one map you're in the bank?
No, one map and I'm in the bank.
That's all that matters to
There's
you
not
then.
a single Zap in the game that has the bank one map next to it.
That's fantastic. That's the reason why I asked the question, because everyone will have thought about it in a special way, and it's good to hear how you think about these things.
Yeah, for sure.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Eslex. Mr. Black, do you want to go next, or Washington?
So mine's actually a very, very similar reason. My one at the moment is Edge of Evil Forest. Just because of the new egg quests. I found myself there is a couple of times you have to keep going in and out of there. But very shortly, I'm guessing that will probably change to is it Valonia? So yeah, not far off finishing that now. So probably going to end up changing. But on all of the rest of my accounts, it is still the portal to Incarnate.
Tell me you don't use your accounts without telling me you don't use your accounts.
Yeah, no, I use my accounts, but there is a reason behind it. If all of them have the exact same place, and I can move and transfer stuff quick and easy between them.
Fantastic. Thank
So
you
it's
also
just
for
really
reminding us that Valonia has a zap.
Yeah, yeah. I'll have a look now, see if anyone's actually there, but carry on.
Cool. I hope in the future that your presence online will make it also a crowded place following on the steps of Esslix. Right, Washington?
Mine's pretty mainstream, actually. It's Brachma's app, but there's a specific reason for
Oh.
it. Because I spent over 8 months breeding Drago turkeys, I found it like the best, like the fastest accessible way to the paddocks was through Brachma and just go quickly to the Zappi and just go to the public paddock. So for 8 straight months, only breeding Drago turkeys just to get all the 100%, I just used Brachma all the time, and it just stuck to it. It's very, very pretty simple and mainstream.
Amazing. We have a fantastic thing that I've never heard before, and I'm wondering if you guys know about it. Leo is saying that he used to have the Shrambad zap saved for years, but due to that one anomaly portal bug, but my sub ran out and I got removed. So when you double click your recall potion, you would actually go into the dimension. That's amazing. Did you guys know about this?
Wait,
That's the
is
first
there a
time I've
zap in a
heard.
dimension?
This is all news to me. Yeah, he's saying yeah. That's fantastic.
Nice hacking.
I think they're just temporary ones, just used for the anomalies.
Yes.
But if you were able to save one back in the day and keep your membership, it's definitely viable.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. Well, we live and learn. New thing learned today.
It would save
nothing from Leo.
people asking where is the Enuradu portal in chat.
And just link them a recall potion to be cheeky about it. Right on. Cool, cool, cool. Let's move to the next theme. Obviously, there are thousands upon thousands of players, and it is not evident to everyone that if you enjoy the game, you spend a lot of hours playing the game, that you should start recording yourself or making videos. What was the point for you guys when you realized, I think I'm ready to do something with this? What triggered it? What exact moment in time made that happen for you? Let's start with Washington, because you answered last.
The question was about why did I start like creating content?
The exact moment you realized, I'm going to do something on top of playing and enjoying the game. Now I'm going to make something of it.
Exact moment is I actually repeated one of my achievements I did on YouTube channel as well. It was doing Kimbo, solo Kimbo with Zelor at 159 level. And I was like, all right, I'm doing Ironman, so I might just inspire other people, or maybe some other people, might be interested in my content, since I'm more like, kind of a different kind of goer into the game. And I don't know, just wanted to share my experience and how fun it is to maybe play from a little bit different aspect and perspective, and I don't know, see the game differently. So, and I was like, okay, I'll try my best. Maybe I'm not very consistent with uploading or streaming, but once in a while I still upload something or stream and talk to people.
Fantastic. So it was the difficulty of doing Kimbo Duo in the Ironman difficulty that you thought, this would be cool to show others. Amazing,
Yeah, exactly.
amazing. Thank you very much for that. MrBlack, do you want to go next?
Yeah, go for it. So even when I was back on Sheikah, I used to do originally I was doing it on my own, but it was MrBlack's equipment to order, and it was just when Frygos 2 had come out. So all of the equipment from obviously all the way through to CB, it was absolutely massive amounts of money. So, but back in the day, 18 mil per piece of equipment.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was unfortunately I lost all that wealth. But I've always been someone that wants to be quite active, doing stuff with the community.
Mhm.
So when it come to the time when I actually had a way to be able to stream, so I was able to afford good enough equipment to do it and actually have like what's the word I'm looking for? Like resources behind it.
Mhm.
Then straight away I wanted to get into it. It's something I absolutely love doing. It's great fun. And you get to meet so many people while you're doing it.
Yes, I think now is an opportune time to tell the chat that we have actually met in person in the UK, and you were the first recipient of the Single Malt Scotch Whisky award.
Yeah, but he sent me on a plane from the UK to Australia with a security tag in my bag.
Oh wow.
Just to clarify, chat, I did not steal that. Sometimes Amazon delivers bottles with their security tags.
My stream died.
Yes, do you want to go
but-
next, Eslix?
Yeah, but
No,
just give
I
me a
think we-
moment because
Mhm.
my stream died. I'm gonna restart it, but it's a Streamlabs problem.
Sure. Yeah, can you fill up? Can you? Do you have any more things to say, MrBlack, while Eslix gets his stuff together?
Uh, well, Leo asked if that anomaly thing's still working in the chat, and I highly doubt it. But yeah, that'd be amazing. Being able to just teleport into any dimension you want. But yeah, no, not really. It's like streaming's just great fun. Like even though we've done multiple streams together.
Oh yes,
You know,
100%.
like yeah, when you get a good crowd watching and you kind of all, you're not really doing it yourself. You're doing it with everybody else,
Mhm.
and it just makes it so much fun.
Yeah, and I'll remind everyone
Right.
that in my intro I did emphasize that everything is more fun when you do it with a bunch of friends.
Yeah, well, I think one of the things to keep in mind, especially for myself and Eslix, we're part of the English content creation team, and it's not just about making content. It is about interacting with the community,
Yeah, and I think you'll be able to
building those
attest.
relationships.
Yeah, I think you'll also be able to attest to the power and potential of being able to create content, and its ability to generate friendships and make connections. People you would otherwise have never met in real life or spoken to. All of a sudden, your common interest just makes it so that it is possible. Right.
100%.
I think I'm going to move on to the next question, and when Eslix is back, we will go back to it and get his views on it. Yes. So, this is going to be a question where I'd like you to take a second, go back to all of 2023, right? Your full year, and try and find me the highlights. If it were a graph, I'd like to hear from you about the peaks, the really high heights, the low lows, the things.
Your sound's dropped.
Oh, did my sound drop as well?
Yeah, you lagged out a little bit there.
Right, I'm gonna repeat the question. I'd like you all to go back to your 2023 year, so last one that had just elapsed, and I would like you to tell us about the things that stood out to you. So the peaks, the extremes, the highs, the lows, the things that stood out to you in particular. Would any one of you like to start?
Slick seems like he's missing in action, so I spoke
okay.
last, so maybe Washington.
I can start with that. Like, I can take some time, like we can elaborate more until the SLX comes back.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Go on, take a second, tell us the extremes, the highs, the lows, what stood out to you in 2023.
Well, in 2023, I actually played this Ironman game mode of myself, like for the longest time without any breaks, not even like, I don't know, even 2-month break. No, just straight playing. Lowest of the lows, there was always low moments because you cannot get any help. So Every challenge had its low moments. Like Funaroshi Duo, I don't know. I spent like a couple of weeks on that every day trying to.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and that was the crazy one. And also, if you die, you need bread. And for Ironman, bread is not buyable. You cannot buy
Wow.
it. So you spend a whole day on grinding materials, resources, just to get ready for upcoming couple days. After that, again, and you repeat the cycle. And it's the satisfaction once you like complete your goal when you win. It's like for example, in comparison, like for example, people do internal conflict duo by themselves without leech. That's what was every dungeon to me, pretty much. It's beyond crazy.
That's outstanding.
And the highest of the highs, as you would say, well, I hit 10k achievements at level 150 all by myself, which was really big accomplishment for myself. I dominated the leaderboards every 10 levels from 100, I think. I was at the top by achievements in the whole Dofus. But nobody counts it like every 10 levels. Everybody's just looking at the 200s. But if you
Yeah.
actually filter them back to the every 10 levels, 120 to 30, like, and etc. So yeah, I dominated all the scene then. So it was pretty good, to know, okay, maybe there are not a lot 140s in the game, but out of all of them, I'm the first one, So
Amazing.
yeah.
Thank you very much. Have you got any other things that you'd like to say?
I think there will be plenty of things to say in upcoming questions, I would say. So,
Okey-doke.
yeah.
Alright.
We have recovered Eslik's back.
I hope I'm back.
Yes, we can hear you all right. Can you confirm in the chat if you can hear him all right?
I think I should be fine, but yeah.
Yep, we're all good. Right.
And
Let's
your
go
stream's
to the
back up
previous
as well.
question that I missed
Yeah.
before I died.
I'll put the question back to you, and everybody in the chat is keen to hear about your take on this, given that I think you have been the one that has played or made content the longest. Right, so here it is. At which point exactly in your playing the game, enjoying it, at which point in your life did you think, right, I'd like to do a bit more than just enjoy it for myself? I'm going to, and then you started making videos or streaming or whatever. Can you walk us through that period of time and what you were thinking that led to you actually starting the content creation?
Yeah, so basically, like, I always wanted to do like content creation, like even before like when I actually started doing Dofus content. I actually, if you go to my channel and you sort my videos on date, you go to my oldest videos, actually not Dofus content.
Oh yeah.
It's actually videos from Paladins. I don't know if anyone knows that, but it's similar to Overwatch, basically. A game I played before, so I did upload some videos of that, and I was actually gonna start like Fortnite stuff, but I didn't want to get into it. So yeah, a long time where no videos got uploaded, and then Benjamin actually did something with his Discord where he was actually helping new content creators to like build up their channels, and he would actually share the links and yeah, actually make the channels grow. But it was up to us to actually make the content, basically. But he would let us share our links, our streams, our videos in his Discord, basically. So a lot of people, including me and some other people, actually started making like content. But I actually started like, because I was like end game PVM, like there weren't many people that actually did that at that time. So my channel grew a little bit more than the rest, and pretty much I think from all of those people, I am the only one left at the moment. Because even Benjamin himself isn't even making Dofus content anymore, which is kind of sad, because he's, in my opinion, the actual best content creator ever. Like, I don't think anyone will ever top that, but yeah, I'm just trying to make content for the PVMers out there. Like, I tried PvP, but I don't think that's gonna stick for long. So yeah, that's basically how I got into it, and I just stuck around. Like last year, I got 1K subs, partnered with YouTube, started doing face cams, like streaming, and yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You're definitely going in the right trajectory and direction. Thank you very much for that summary.
Yeah, cool.
I just wanted to mention something. You're between friends. You can tell us that you sucked at Fortnite. We wouldn't judge you for it. Yeah, I don't know if I should be saying this, but I did actually send Benjamin a message, and I'm just so pleased that everyone really likes him in the chat. People that are chatting to us here today live on the stream. Everybody seems to agree that he's a lovely, lovely guy, and I hope that we can one day get him on stream. I did
Yeah.
send him a message, but he's taking a break, sadly, from Dofus at the time, and he did not feel like he was prepared to come in and give us any valuable insight, given that he has missed pretty much most of the latest updates that happened. Cool.
Yeah, I think he only played the Temporis a little bit, and
Yes.
even that he did not even finish. But like, we respect his choices, of course.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's good to hear that despite not being available or making videos at the moment, everybody still holds nothing but love for him.
Yeah.
Cool. Moving on. I think I've asked this question and we've got Washington's take. Just so you can both hear it again and take the time to prepare, I'm going to ask Washington to just give us a quick summary of his answer while you guys think about yours. So the question is as such. I'd like you both to go and take a second and look back on your year 2023, January to January. And if you were to graph it, to plot it in a graph, there would be highs, lows, and I'd like you to think about what those peaks were for you in terms of playing the game, making content. I'm interested in the extremes, the really, really good, exciting stuff, and the parts where you thought, this is all rubbish and I'm not enjoying it at all. Washington, would you like to reiterate your take on this, please?
Yes, absolutely. I have hours and hours of content I can talk about about my journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just to remind people how terrible are mid-level dungeons when you actually play them at mid-level. They're terrible. They're actually terrible. And especially duos. I struggled so many times at Funaroshi, at Soft Oak as well. Gorlo the Terrible when I did Scanty, if you remember that one. It was crazy, but I managed to get them all. So that was the biggest satisfaction, the biggest achievement and reward throughout my journey.
Amazing.
Also, just to repeat myself, I was at the top of the leaderboards every 10 levels from 100 up until now in my level by the achievement points. And when I hit level 150, and I hit 10,000 achievement points, which was one of the biggest achievements I could possibly get. And also in this year, I got Dragoturkey breeding achievement up to 100%.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Yeah, don't
That's
worry,
amazing.
sea mules are upcoming. I'm still working on those.
You've heard the man. Anybody needs a sea mule leech? Washington
There we go.
is your guy. Hashtag Washington.
There we go.
Mr. Black, do you want to go next?
I might. I was thinking I might do it with a leech.
You've got a client.
Yeah. Me and breeding don't work. It just takes too much time for me.
Yeah.
I was able to do, I think, like the first 2 or 3 generations of Drago, but the rest of them I'm staying away from. But yeah, definitely. So highs and lows of 2023. So I've actually only been playing again for just over a year. It was actually a year ago, November. I came back and I had absolutely nothing. Unfortunately, every one of my accounts all got completely cleared.
Wow.
It sucked big time. But luckily I had a good few friends that really lent me some good gear. So I was kind of strayed into like Frygos 2, Frygos 3 stuff. So I was able to get my equipment back and keep building and building. I think, okay, so I'll start with, okay, would you like the highs or the lows first?
Should we get the chat to vote on that, given that it's a question for me to answer, and I
Yeah.
decided not to answer any questions today?
All right, highs or lows first?
Malt is keeping himself safe from the question.
Lows.
We've got lows, yes. Let's go. First
Yeah, okay.
vote.
Okay, lows. For me, definitely having to completely rebuild from scratch. Learning all of the new mechanics again. All of a sudden, I felt like I'd completely dropped down back to how, like, I'm really having to try to get back into it. It's a really weird game when you haven't played for so long to come back in and kind of remember everything again. But I'll say there was one fight that gave me the biggest low, and I almost wanted to quit. And I think you guys are probably going to know what that fight is. A bit of a hint, they have just updated it so you can control the NPC now.
Is it Slobberpuss?
Yeah.
Slobberpuss.
Oh my god.
Slobberpuss on a Sedita is pure hell.
Ay.
Like, you haven't got massive amounts of damage. You've got MP reduction, but those things have got huge amounts of range. But the one good thing you do have is if you can get everything infected, you'll just out heal everything. But originally, someone would just jump in and just lock you in. You're a Sadie, so you can't move. So that was absolutely horrible. So that's probably the biggest kind of low. But I think for me, the highs, when I originally quit, obviously then come back, achievement points weren't a thing. I'd never done a single quest. So within the last 12 to 14 months, I've had to start the quest line all the way through from Incarnum, all of Astra, all of the 6 eggs, the alignment. I've done 100% Pandela.
Wow.
6 out of 6. I've done 4 over 5. Eclipse. And now I am, I think, 4 quests from the new egg.
Wow.
So getting through that has been really exhilarating. Very tiring. It's almost a high and a low at the same time, because it is exhausting. But when I still can't stop just hovering over my Eclipse ornament. I absolutely love it. But I know it's been hard earned. So it's been worth it. But I think for me, the other main kind of high is doing content. It's been phenomenal. Getting to meet people. I never expected the stream to grow quite as fast as it has. I think on the 25th of April, which is my birthday, marks the 1 year anniversary for when I've actually been a content creator.
Amazing.
So, I'm gonna, I don't know, maybe I'll have to do something on that day. It's a public holiday here, so I'll be off work.
As
So,
Washington would say, gave away.
Can I borrow one of your jahashes?
Unfortunately, I won't have many after my giveaway, so
It's all right. Just open another 20 chests. You'll get another one.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that lovely summary. Aslix, do you want to go next? Highest highs, lowest lows?
The only thing is that compared to MrBlack, then my entire year does sound more like a low. But yeah, then again, he did everything that took me about 5 years. He did it in 1 year. So I don't know if I can top that. But yeah, anyways, like my year started basically because at the end of 2022, like in December, around Christmas, I think I actually reached 1K subs and I got partnered with YouTube. So basically this entire year, I was like also, of course, making some money with the content that I did. Of course, it's not a lot. Like some people actually think I'm making hundreds of euros every month, but that's not the case. It's just like small pocket money, basically. Which I think that has to be one of the highest highs of my YouTube. Like obviously, I enjoy content making a lot, And like basically my highest high is the how to play Dofus in 2023 video, which has almost 50,000 views at this moment. So I mean that I did not expect anything like to blow up that quickly. Like obviously these guides are doing really well. And then I think we had some events like what's it, like the Tempora stuff and all that kind of stuff. And then like it dipped my channel dipped a little bit during the summer, but I think it makes sense because not a lot of people are watching content during the summer because of like holidays and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I was making a little bit less content, and then I started to pick it up again after the summer break, and then like it skyrocketed. Like the views went up. Like I get so many comments these days and DMs in game, like on Discord, of people who enjoy my content, and
Yeah.
like that's basically what I had like 10 years ago when I was looking up to like people like Veldin, and I was like so happy when they made like a new video, and I was basically them. But yeah, now I'm the person making the content, which is like insane to me. Like if I upload a video that gets like 1,000 views in like 24 hours, I'm like just envisioning like me opening the front door of my house, and then there's like 1,000 people there. Like just like it's just insane. Like
That is, yeah.
yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And like I think my goal for 2023 was to reaching 2,000 subs, which I easily passed like 3 months before the end of the year, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, my goal for 2024 will be
Can I stop you?
3,000 subs.
We don't want to talk about the future yet.
We're
question
gonna
for it.
skip that. We're gonna go to that later. Okay, so
Yeah. Tell us about the lowest lows.
yeah. Yeah, lowest lows. Well, yeah, I guess probably the summer then. Making a little bit less content. Also probably because the only thing that I was doing was Infinite Dreams, and there wasn't much content. But I don't know if I had like a real low thing. So yeah, probably the summer, just making less content, I guess.
Fantastic. Yeah, thank you very much for that. If I can summarize it really quickly, we've got Washington with his leaderboard leading at any level threshold, but then facing the difficulties of doing the dungeons at their actual level. And we can all say for a fact, hold our hands up and say we have struggled with Funoroshi even with a level 200 team. So I can't possibly imagine doing it with a level 140 team. Big up to yourself.
Yeah,
We've got
I
Mr.
appreciate
Black.
that.
Mr. Black smashing it in a year in an unprecedented manner, doing 7 years of content in about 7 months, which is quite impressive. And we've got Eslix, who has monetized his channel and has actually realized something that he did not know. He appreciated the gift that some content creators were making him, to the point where he decided he had taken upon himself to become one of them. So congratulations, all of you guys. Fantastic year, which helps us segue nicely into the future, 2024. What are you willing to say to people watching today about your aspirations, things that you hope to achieve, or things that you have planned, if you have anything? I'm sure some of you do. So we start with Mr. Black, to go the other way around.
Okay, so I'm going to put myself through hell again.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be at the speed I did it last time, but essentially I've taken my Sadie through all these quests.
Mm-hmm.
I have not recorded any of the tactical fights or difficult fights or anything. So I'm doing them again.
Oh, no.
Oh my god. Wow.
My Elio has now been questing for about a month. It has done Emerald, it has done Crimson.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on to the second set of dungeons for the turquoise.
Wow. With
But
idols.
once I've done that, I'm moving on to Ebony and Ivory.
Mm-hmm.
4 over 5, 6 out of 6.
I mean,
So
best of luck to you.
so I've got that I want to do. I'm also looking in a potential return for one of my series, which I definitely neglected, which is my Dofus from scratch. I think my team is all about level 70 something at the moment. So I'd like to get that up and running again. So yeah, that's a good starting point. Hopefully Ankama gives us all a load more code so we can do some more giveaways and things like that. So we'll see.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that. Washington, do you want to go next?
Sure. Oh, upcoming 2024. Well, there's gonna be a lot of challenge for me. I can second to MrBlack actually. I was a bit of a stupido, I can say, because I was doing everything only on my Zeller, all the
Oh.
questing, and I actually want to up my game into content creation as well upcoming year. I have a few series in my mind I could do, but 3 of my characters haven't done a lot of quests, nor eggs, nor nothing, and again, I will have to do Funaroshi more than 3 or 4 times upcoming year. So
Ooh.
yeah, it's gonna be fun. But overall, without that, it's I'll see in the future, because as I play that Ironman stuff, it's you never know every day what you're gonna challenge. You can plan out, but that plans can stall up to a couple weeks. Yeah, so that's
Very
pretty much
Fantastic.
it. Yeah, I'm gonna work more on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I just had a guest come join me.
Lovely cat.
Yeah.
So I just
It's,
wanted to say to the chat quickly that in 15 minutes, Aslix is holding a giveaway. I will swap the stream to his to his screen so you can all see the draw. It is a tweeter or a Witter beanie hat, one of the most elusive and most sought after cosmetic items in the game. So feel free to join. You've got 15 minutes before he runs the draw. Where can they find more information, Aslix?
On my Twitter, if they actually go to my Twitter, scroll down a little bit, because I have uploaded some videos, but there should be it should be there what you need to do. You can still enter it for the next 10 minutes.
Fantastic. I've put the Twitter link for Aslix gaming channel on the chat. So if anyone wants to participate, you've got about 15 minutes. Cool. I'll just quickly summarize what we've heard today from Washington and MrBlack. They are going to inflict the pain they have been inflicting on themselves for the last year all over again, and we are going to benefit from it, because this time we will see the evidence of their suffering. All the quest fights will be documented this time. Right. Aslix, are you ready?
Yeah, so yeah, like you just summarized, so MrBlack and Washington are going to going through hell this upcoming year, but I will not be, because I think at the end of this month I will have 100% achievements on my main character, basically.
Wow.
A lot of videos are coming, but I'm planning to do some voiceovers, but after that I am done. But I am not done making content, so don't worry. But yeah, my plans are pretty much either 2 things, maybe 3. And one is basically doing the same thing as MrBlack and Washington. I'm going through, make myself suffer again and going to do achievement hunting on my alt characters. That's option 1, because I always wanted to have at least 16k on all of my alt characters. But that's gonna be hell. Option 2 is continue my High Infinite Dreams run, which I am at floor 700 at the moment.
Ooh.
Which I haven't continued since, I think, Washington is saying no. No, I haven't continued that since, I think, the summer. So that's gonna be, I don't know if it's gonna be fun. But yeah. Option 3 is maybe doing like a fresh account creation and starting over from scratch, something like that. I don't know if it's gonna be an Ironman or I don't know, but that's also something that's interesting to me. And then whatever I'm gonna do, I will be making content out of it anyway. So yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that. So we've got a question for Aslix in the chat.
Oh God.
from someone who I think is also nearly full achieves, a contender for the title. He is saying, do you think one character full achieves is enough?
Yes. Yes. I know who it is. You're Furex. I know. Like,
Yes.
okay. So for those of you who don't know, Furex he had like maximum achievements for like a long time.
Mhm.
And he's basically grabbing his panda, his Annie-Rips, and whatever other characters he has, and he's grinding maximum achievements on those as well. And no, that will not be me. There's no way in hell I'm gonna do that. Like 16k is like doable, because then you don't have to do like breeding or professions or like the really hard quests. So I'll just be doing like the easy dungeons and then see where it goes.
Nice. I just want to say, I'm hearing you say 16,000 is a respectable amount of achievements, and here I am set with my best character in less than 12,000.
Yeah, Washington will pass you
No,
before he's
same.
level 180.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah, and me.
Yes, fantastic. Thank you very much for that answer.
Also, someone in my chat said Funarushi got nerfed, so it's gonna be easier for Washington.
Oh, is it? Oh yeah, of course.
They made it a lot easier. He did it with his level 130 team, and he said it's easy. So you
Okay.
got a challenge there.
Well, you know, there are a lot of big brainers in this game, so I might not top that, but I'll try my best.
Yeah.
If it's nerfed, that just makes my life much easier and more beautiful.
Yep.
Fantastic. Welcome, Queenie, to the chat. You're not late at all. If you have any questions for our content creators, please feel free to just pop them in the chat. And I will pick the ones that need to go through to actually go through. Welcome, YB, to the chat as well. Right, we have got about 10 minutes before, just a quick reminder, 10 minutes before Eslix's draw of the Twitter beanie hat. So I've linked his channel on the chat. If you want to participate, you've still got 10 minutes. Right, so we do a round of quick fire before we get into meaty topics, because I wouldn't like us to start something that is quite heavy, where you have lots to say, and then have to interrupt it in 10 minutes. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Sure?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, I call this the quick fire round. I will shoot a question at you, and I want the first thing that comes to mind. Quick question, quick answer. Are you ready for this?
So
Let's try this.
All I can think of is the quiz one we had, the quiz stream Eslix did, and all of us were there just like getting ready to go for it.
Yeah.
I certainly remember that. I will not
2006.
say why.
2006.
Right, I'm going to call the question and then say a name, pop an answer quickly, and then I'll say a name, give me your answer, and we'll go around the table. Ready?
Let's go.
You can delete one class forever. Which one it is, Mr. Black?
Fogonaut.
Ooh, Eslix.
Sailor.
Oh, Washington.
Panda.
Oh, spicy. I'm hearing of a rivalry between Washington and Eslix about pandas.
He knows it. He knows it.
Fantastic, nice. You're starting a new adventure in a mono account server. What class are you choosing? Washington.
Or not.
Ooh, Eslix.
Oh, this is so hard. Oh,
One account, go.
I want to say like no.
Go.
Crazy, go.
Panda. I said it. I said it.
You must issue a formal apology to Washington after the stream. Mr. Black.
Sadie.
Oh, we've got someone that's consistent. Okay.
Sadie for life.
Sadie for life, no matter what happens to it.
Nah.
Oh, we've got a few Saddies in the chat. We've got an also. We've got people being disgusted at your choice, Mr. Black.
Yeah, Sadie's most.
I'm sorry. I have been a Sadie since 1.29. I'm staying that way.
Right. We've got an Osa. We've got a Rogue in the chat. That's interesting. Yeah, feel free to answer, guys. Everyone is welcome. I might read if I see some interesting responses.
Osa. Ooh, that's interesting choice. Not gonna lie.
This is a personal favorite of mine, this question I'm about to ask you right now.
Yes,
And
I'm listening.
what item do you think is the best looking in the game? You can name up to 2. Aslix.
As for a cape, inky, old
Mhm.
school. As for the hats, oh, it's gonna be tricky. Probably the Caliph hat that I'm using on my characters. No,
Item,
wait.
item.
Wait. I'm gonna add a third item, which is gonna be Infinite Dream Star Shield.
Okay.
I like how Aslix is making his own rules.
Yeah.
Cool. Washington, best 2
Yeah,
looking items.
I actually have to, but I don't think you can match them properly. It's Raidi Shield and
Oh, okay.
Julid's Cape.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. 2. Yeah. MrBlack?
So as you've seen, I'm always wearing one. It's got to be a Livy hat for me.
Mhm.
And also the other one is really old-fashioned, a Kim.
Ooh.
Oh, that is so good.
Nice one.
That you
Yeah.
just threw a curveball, and I like the reaction that everyone has had.
Yeah, a Kim.
Yes, I'm picking up on the chat that Solomonk and
Solomonk is a good
Inky
one.
Veil
Oh,
are
yeah.
just some of the best looking things, and there seems to be a sort of consensus. A lot of people
Right.
agree.
And
I would
had a
say
third,
it's
it had to be
nostalgia.
An old gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's reminiscent of a past time. Oh, I'm getting that. That's a really interesting response. Someone is saying, well, Astrognomy is saying the new KTA hat. Are you guys? Do you know what the one he's talking about? The green spiky one? Is that the one you
No.
mean?
No, I don't know. I'm gonna Google it.
I think KTA is PvP stuff, so
Yes.
I'm out of it. I have no idea,
It,
actually.
it is a cool look. It is a cool look. Yeah. Fantastic. We will move on to the next one. We've got 5 minutes left. Another reminder to everyone that Aslix is giving away a Twitter beanie hat in about 5 minutes. His channel on Twitter has the rules if you want to participate, so you've got 5 minutes. I'm sorry.
Also,
I'm sorry,
excuse me.
Sebi. Yeah, go on.
Sorry to interrupt you, dear narrator. I would like to give a shout out to actually really nice cosmetic look as a golden Hispanic shield, actually, which
Mm.
probably most of us would love to have.
The one
I
with
saw
an
one
N on it.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Mm. I'm gonna consider that to be a joke. No one said gobble hat. Cool. Right now, as things stand, what is the most underrated class? What is the most overrated class? Aslix.
Well, overrated has to be Panda, of course. There's no debate on that. Maybe even Kra. But underrated, I mean, has to be Xelar then. I think ask Washington next. He's probably gonna say the exact same thing.
Washington? Huh? Go on.
Yeah, overrated Panda. It's hard to see a team without a Panda. Underrated. I would say Zilor, yes. As long as I started playing it, it's really amazing if you play it properly.
Nice.
I would say.
Mr. Black?
So I'm gonna throw 2 in for most overrated.
Oh.
I couldn't choose between the 2. So first one, yeah, definitely Panda. That's got to be up there. You don't need it as much as other classes it can tank. And the second one I'm actually going to say is a Crab. So yeah, they're fantastic, but they're like Hupper Mages are definitely like quite a similar kind of thing you can do with them. So for me, both of those are quite overrated. So underrated is definitely a bit of a difficult one. Obviously Saddies are very, very widely known for PvP. So I'd say a PVM Saddy is going to be underrated for me.
Consistent. I like that you have one class that you're ready to die for, no matter what happens.
Always.
Fantastic.
Yeah, if you can use one, a Zella.
Okay. Yeah.
If you can use one.
If you can use one, yeah. We've got some pretty interesting answers in the chat. I'm getting underrated Sakri, overrated Sakri. No, Sadi. Sorry. Pandas are being mentioned quite a lot. I think people are a bit fed up with the reliance that most PVMers have on it. As in, it's the first thing that you put in your team.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm honestly, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm really fighting hard, struggling not to answer these because they're so fun. Right, next one. Quickly, we've got 2 minutes. We'll do this one and then we can all move on to Eslix's stream for the
Yeah.
Twitter hat. Right. I know you're all timer over here. You've all played for a substantial amount of time. What spell itself or mechanic that changed that you missed the most?
Ooh.
MrBlack.
Oh, just because 2 AP vulnerability, just throw it as far as you can see.
So, what is that? Is that the Feka?
So the original, like the old Pandas vulnerability. You could, if you had 12 AP, you could use it. Was it 1 AP or 2 AP back then?
2 AP.
Wow.
2 AP. So it was 10% resistance
Yeah.
15% actually.
per one.
Wow.
Say again, sorry? Was it 15?
15% per hit. Yeah, you could reduce the resistance by 30%.
Yeah. So yeah, that would definitely be up there for me.
Washington?
It's more of a recent ones actually. When they changed Zelor's Knell spell, which is level 200 spell, and now it's only. Well, it changed to you, so you can consume telefrags per turn, not per game. I think, if I'm correct. Well, I haven't reached 200, but before that was really OP. You could just spam 2k damage every hit. So
Wow.
yeah, it
Eslix?
was glass cannon.
Nice.
Well, for me, I personally do miss the panda carrying, but I knew that was going to get nerfed anyway. So if I go back a little bit more, then one of the things that I really miss in the game is like the actual way traps work with a SRAM. I used to be SRAM main until they changed Tricky Trap, I think. It used to be 2 AP trap, you could spam it. Enemies would just walk into it. And now when you put traps on the map, the enemies will just go around it. Like they can just see it. And that's something that I just miss like back in the days. SRAM was actually better. Yeah, sad.
Nice. In the meantime, while Eslix is away for a couple of minutes, yeah, Mr. B, you're muted. Washington, you're right. Mr. B, I don't know, would you like to pick up a question about remuneration, which I find is something that most people are curious about, people who want to get into content creation or who are just merely curious about you guys are making videos. How much are you making? Would you like to pick a question like that? You're still on mute. On Discord. Oh, he is completely gone. Oh, let me
Yeah, he
message him.
doesn't even hear us.
He's completely tuned out. He doesn't care anymore. Welcome back.
Thank you. Sorry, I didn't know everyone was back yet.
Not
literally-
everyone is back, but I had a question for you. So while we wait
Oh.
for Eslix to come back.
Oh, please go for it.
Yeah, so people were curious, myself included. People who make content obviously do it for the fun of it, the love of the game, the appreciation for giving back to the community. But there's also a remuneration aspect to it. Are you willing, or are you open to discuss this with everyone watching now?
Yeah, definitely. I'd actually
Floor
like
is
to
yours.
open it up to. I'd like to actually open it up to the chat a little bit, and I'd like to ask how much. Oh my God, is stuck on my light. Hang on. Sorry, my camera almost went everywhere then. What do you guys think a content creator on Dofus actually makes? For instance, I am relatively new to this, so I obviously it is going to be a lot lower than a few others. But I have got 280 on YouTube, so I'm not eligible to monetize that yet. On Twitch, I am. So The only money I make on Twitch is from subs, let's say per month. So I make money off of when people subscribe to my Twitch, donations, bits. Every time someone watches or comments, it adds up ever so slightly, just like minuscule. Like I think it's like 1/10 of a cent. It's really, really small. So per month, and I'm very, very happy to say.
Mhm.
But I want to see what the chat thinks.
£2 million.
Yeah, I work in well, the standard for Twitch is US dollars.
So just from Twitch, not from YouTube?
So I'm not eligible for YouTube yet.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
need
true,
to meet
true.
1,000 subs first.
Yeah. I don't know, like
No. I love how everyone is so far off.
I think it's
Like
just like I think
miles
it's
off.
maybe like $10.
Per month.
Yeah.
Yes, Twitch only.
200. Well, if it's 200, I'm gonna switch to Twitch right away.
Twitch is, if you are very active on Twitch, you will end up earning a lot more with Twitch. But with
Yeah.
YouTube, once you've got those subscribers and you've got those viewers, it will be very consistent. It will continue as long as people are still watching those videos. Where Twitch, you have to be active.
Yeah.
Daily.
So last month, so for the entirety of December, I think it was $6.52.
Wow.
That's it. So I can definitely say, especially on Dofus, I don't think there's anyone that's actually doing it to make a living. It is impossible.
Right. Well, thank you very much for that. The stream is finished, guys. See you later.
That's it. Yeah, I quit my job, which I earned $6 at.
We eating good tonight, boys.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that answers that question plentifully, I'd say. Right. To bring us back, I think everyone is back now, right?
Yeah.
To settle us back in to the conversation, I'd like to start with one specific question I've thought that is literally designed for each and every single one of you guys. So I have one question for every one of the three of you. And while this is going to be deep, please answer it in as much depth as you like. Quick answer or take your time. And then we will move on back to game stuff, your opinions about Unity, the update, sidekicks, and things of that nature. Are you ready for this?
Yes, let's go.
Right. MrBlack, I'll start with.
Okay.
You have got to be the ultimate beast in this game. In the span of a year, you've done 6/6, Iliocalypsy, Full Pandala, Ivory, and are now 3 quests away from the new Green Dofus, whatever the name of it is. First of all, where the hell do you find the time and energy to do all of that, and then create on top?
I honestly don't know. So for everyone else in the chat, I don't know if anyone actually works in hospitality. I actually run a Spanish tapas bar where I do between 55 and 60 hours a week. So
Wow.
fortunately, I work 4 days a week. I end up usually doing about 14-hour days. So Sunday is essentially my Dofus day. So I lock myself away. This is my time to relax and enjoy. So I play, I create content, I sit and just chat to people. So that is when I manage to get the time to do it. But it means I can't come on and just zap sit exactly like I'm doing now, but we are still being productive.
Wow.
When I log, I am doing something.
That is outstanding. So you use the fact that you haven't got enough time to dedicate to the game to actually just go on and do things with it.
It's kind of when you go to work, you're at work and you've got to get on with it. When I relax and enjoy myself, I relax and enjoy myself.
Right on. I gotcha. Deal. That is outstanding. Yeah, for you, I definitely knew that you were in hospitality and putting in the hours, but I didn't know that it was quite that high, as in 60 plus hours, which thinking back on it just makes sense, really.
Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool.
That's
Um,
that's also why I look extremely tired in most of my videos.
I did not want to mention that. Leave it to the chat.
Hmm.
Cool, cool, cool. Iron Man next. I've got
Yes,
Dogo
sir.
here that wants to sit in the prime seat. Sorry, just one quick second. I need to refresh Mr. Slix's video. Filters, properties. Ooh.
It's gone off for me as well.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with the link.
Yeah, but the link is still the same, no?
Refresh it at your end. Right, I'm gonna use this time to ask Washington his very specific and dedicated question. And I'm going to piggyback on something that Seethe Blood has asked you in the chat earlier. I'm going to bake that into my question just so you don't think I've completely missed it. Right. Iron Man obviously is in the name. What is Iron Man? How did you get into it? And how does a man that can get all the help they want and ever need just decide to play in the most hardcore possible way in the game?
All right. Okay. So first of all, bear with me. I'll try to explain as much as possible. Okay. So what is Ironman? Well, Ironman originally is not from Dofus, as you know. I actually picked up from a popular game, RuneScape. My dear friend in real life is playing for a long time, and I actually got up an idea. If it's like a massive multiplayer online game and there's a free roam, you can do everything. So I thought, why not I would try Ironman? There's also another reason is because I got tired of seeing people get leached to 200 level and didn't know how to do simple dungeons. It was maybe a little bit petty from my side, of course. I admit that, but I was like, why? Enjoy the game. As I gone throughout the game, I knew I learned how to enjoy the game without stress, without I don't know, spending too much time sweating, just clearly enjoying the game. Like if I have spare minute, sure, I'll play it. This game is not like super intensive MOBA or something that you have to play intense and then just get off the computer completely nervous, stressed, and So, I wanted a challenge. I wanted a big challenge. I wanted to do something that nobody or like a little percentage of the people have done. So that's not really maybe hard to explain from my side because there's a only specific reason for Ironman is a challenge. It's a challenging yourself, the personal challenge, as there's no like specific game mode for that. So yeah, I just wanted to get better at the game. I picked a class. I picked a harder class for myself as a Zealor, and yeah, I wanted to learn that. As I see a lot of solotages of the game that I don't know, Zealors can do everything, like legit everything, if they played right. And I went for it. I liked the routine of grinding for the materials to get professions. Like, okay, this week I'm gonna do like mining or lumberjack without any stress or something. Just okay, I have an hour of my time to spare a day. Okay, I'm just gonna spend it with gathering resources while watching a movie on the next monitor. So yeah, so it's the aspect of how you play it. It's just I wanted to take it easy, but have a challenge of myself. So I would not depend on others, but I also get more skills in the game. So it adds up everything into one. If that
Yeah.
made sense, there's a lot of things to say, and my English obviously is not as advanced, so I could,
you
interpret.
won't be allowed to say this on my stream. Your English is fantastic, and you're doing a stellar
Sorry, I
job.
appreciate it.
If anything, the fact that you're telling us that you're playing on hardcore mode goes to show that your character is and follows from your excellence. Thank you very much for your answer.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Slix, are you ready?
Yes.
I
So-
have one question for you. You want to say something before?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, cool. So, Slix, everybody knows you here in the chat. You are one of the top streamers and content creators of the moment, barring everyone who has come in the past and stopped creating. You have got everything that everybody wants to have in the game. You're running around with 1 billion commas in your inventory. You've got pretty much all the characters in the game. You are nearing max achievements. What do you have to be excited about in the game? What do you log in to do?
Well, first of all, I don't have 1 billion commas anymore. I only have about 900 million, but yeah. Anyways, no, okay, look. So this is the main reason why I enjoy Dofus for these many years. Like, you never finish the game. Like, there's always something to do. It's the same reason why Furex is doing achievements on his other characters, even though his main is maximum achievements. There's always some like sub goal that you have to play the game. Like, when I play games, I want to have like an end goal, but also know that if I reach it, I don't have to quit the game. Which many games actually have. If you reach something, then there's nothing left to do, and you basically quit the game. That's how games die, pretty much. Yeah, so my goal, of course, is maximum achievement points. Like I said, I will probably reach it this month. And like, there's also sub goals, like 16k on all alt characters. I want to reach floor like 1,000 on my Infinite Dreams, maybe even 2,000 on my Infinite Dreams. Maybe like a PvP or like make a new team from scratch. Like, there's always something that you can do to like enjoy the game. So yeah, I haven't finished playing.
Just a curious question from someone in the chat. What will be your final achievement?
Oh, that's gonna be a tricky one. Because I will tell you guys what I still have left, and that's basically Cat's Eye Special, which I'm gonna do next. So then it's gonna be Elysil Special. That's one's not too bad. And then I'll have Misery left, which I'm gonna do as I think a third. So the final 2 achievements that I have left will be Bethel and Servitude, and I'm pretty sure Servitude will be the final one. And I do plan to actually stream that. The other ones will just be videos that I'm gonna upload with voiceovers and tutorials. And the Servitude one, because it's gonna be the final one, I will stream it until I beat it. Like, that's gonna be the thing, like
The big finale.
The big finale, yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna delete my YouTube channel, delete all the videos on my channel.
Hit the
forever,
gym,
you will not see
lawyer
me
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if any one of you is planning a trip to Tibet soon, and you'll find Aslix in one of the monasteries with a big beard, trying to find his inner peace. Right, I had a follow-up question for you, Aslix, and this was something that comes from me. It is on top of everything that we're doing here today. I wanted, and I've always wanted to ask you this. Obviously, you're part of this lovely bunch of 3 people that I'm interviewing today. You've all got fantastic energy to yourselves. And speaking of you in particular, Aslix, when I go to Echo PVM Discord, I think if I'm not building you up too much here, you are responsible for a lot of the activity that is happening there. So your posts, your images, your questions, and stuff like that. But with that comes something that perplexes me personally. I find it a bit odd that it comes with a side dish, to borrow terminology from MrBlack's profession. It comes with a side dish of negativity. And I'd like to give you the opportunity right here to explain to everyone watching and everyone who will watch in the future, what are people misunderstanding fundamentally about you?
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. Like, the funny thing is what you said is that I'm responsible for a lot of activity. That's actually true, because a lot of people, especially the people who recently joined the Echo PVM Discord, they actually think that it's my Discord, which is not. It's actually
Defy.
Discord channel from Defy.
Yeah.
But because, by the way, why is my screen red all of a sudden? But anyways,
You've increased the heat.
yeah, probably. No, but yeah, I actually.
Sorry, it might have been
last
my
time
question.
there's actually a way. I don't know if I can see it right now, but if you actually go to like search and you put like the username of people who type in the Discord and you put my name in, I think it's like thousands of messages that I've put over the past couple of years. Like I'm far ahead of anyone who ever posted in this Discord, which is insane. So yeah, but I think yeah, about the negativity. I mean, anyone who's like made a big name of himself always gets negativity. It doesn't matter what you do in life. It doesn't matter. But I don't reply to that stuff anymore. Anyways, like every day I log on, every day I'm on Discord, every day I get multiple messages of people who enjoy my content. Like it doesn't matter where I go in Dofus, if I go to Bonta, Brakmar, or any Zap in the game, like everyone recognizes my character. They message me, they DM me, like, hey, you're Eslix, I watch your channel, I watch your videos, they are really helpful. And I mean that's what I do it for. Like I do it for those messages. And if for one reason I will stop getting those messages, then maybe I will stop making content. But for now, I'm getting those messages every single day, and there's a lot of people that I help out with my content, so I do it for them. And yeah, and we should also like together build up the community like how it used to be. I think we all know how it is now. Like the game, some people might say it's dying. I don't know if it's dying or not, but this year we should get Unity, and I think a lot of people who played before that might quit. And I think Unity will bring those people back for sure. I hope Ankama will actually do some advertisements to bring new people in, but I really, really hope that Unity will actually make the game more alive again. And then we need Discord channels like the Echo PVM one, the Takasha, whatever we have, the Dimensional. Like there's tons of Discord channels around from YouTubers, like streamers, like anything. We need those Discord channels to help each other and build up the community. Because honestly, I think if we did not have any Discord channels, I would not be playing this game because I like the community, and because that's also what brought me back. Like the people, you talk with people. Like if you play this game alone, trust me, it's not even that much fun. But yeah, if we didn't have these Discord channels, I think the game wouldn't be as live as it is now, to be honest. So yeah, let's just all go and make this 2024 and every year that comes after that positive, and build up the community and make sure this game that we all love for like 10, 15, maybe even 20 years, like let's just avoid it dying actually.
Fabulous. Thank you very much for this message of positivity. I hope you've had ample time and opportunity to put some of the things that people say at ease. And I'd like to spin that around and tell you that there has been appreciation posts for you in particular in the chat, namely from Flammable23, who has sent you a message in particular. So thank you very much for that, which helps us segue neatly into a question for you and MrBlack mainly. Myself and Washington are still a fair bit away from it, but you guys can clarify, and since you are leading the way already, you can tell us what it looks like. How can people get into the official content creation team?
I'm happy to go for that if you want.
Let's go. Sure.
Okay, so some of the things that people might think is you've got to be releasing content constantly. It's not always about that. What the community manager will look for, it is literally in her title. It is community. She wants to see exactly things like we're doing now. So it is involving the community, talking. When you're doing a stream, you're not just sat there like that for hours. It is having people do stuff with you. It is all about engaging your community. And even the videos, are they helping the community? So if you want to be a part of the team, make guides, make things that help the community grow or be sustained. There is no magic, just message someone and say, I want to be a part of it, unfortunately. We are not even able to suggest anyone. It is all on them.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that insight, which is quite valuable given that I'll remind everyone in the chat, MrBlack and Aslix are part of the actual content creation community. They're partners of Ankama. So that's how they get codes that they so gracefully share amongst us, their followers and viewers. Aslix, do you have anything to say about that as well?
Yeah, like Mr. Black said, it's like all about community. I think Manaya even said that the creator program that they have now is not the same as they had like a couple of years ago. They like completely changed how the creator program works and how they plan to make it grow over the next upcoming years. Because at the moment it's just like in the beginner phase and like to build up the community basically. I think as far as I know there are going to be some changes happening, but I don't know when. Anyways, it's really important to just not put out videos with some 1.29 music. You actually have to be like streaming, making actually guides, tutorials. Like your content actually has to be useful for the community. It has to be helping the community. Having, of course, a face cam, like doing streams, that really helps. So honestly, like I don't know what the plans are for the Ankama Creator Program, but I honestly wouldn't like it's January 2024. I honestly wouldn't be surprised that at the end of the year, and Washington or yourself is actually part of the program. Like I'm not saying that what will happen, but it wouldn't actually surprise me, especially if you guys gonna continue creating content for the community, doing streams. That's pretty much my take on it.
Fantastic. And just because I'm conscious I've got 3 guests and Washington is not able to pick up this question, I've got something from the chat for you that was mentioned earlier. Is Dofus the only game you Iron Man in, or are there others? And I'm almost tempted to say Life, if we consider that a game. Would you be able to answer that?
Well, yeah, that's the only game I'm Iron Manning in. Actually, I don't want to hop from game to game. It's pretty much the only game I'm playing right now. As we grow up, we a lot of responsibilities comes in life, and I don't have that much of a time for games anymore. So I kept everything to Dofus, all my time, and I made Iron Man out of it as well as the life. So yeah, besides life, that's Dofus only.
Oh, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. And Mr. Black, you've got a yellow card in football terms. The next one you're getting sent off for actually burning the host of this.
I am always burning you, mate. You know that.
Yes, I can make a joke about myself. You don't burn me like that in front of 40 people.
Just don't zoom in on my face again, please.
Okay. Okay, that was actually Aslix, but I might actually join in on the fun. Cool. Now we go back to the game. Less emphasis on you guys and more emphasis on what you guys think about what has happened in the past. And I've noticed that all of you have pretty much covered the 2.7 update that has brought a lot of changes, and I'd like to get your thoughts generally in no particular order. What stood out to you in the last update that you thought was fantastic, much needed, and things that really left you bereft? There's no outlet for your anger and annoyance with it. Do you want to start, Washington?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. Updates for me are working a little bit differently. I don't really look into the updates, as mostly I know if I see a bug, I report it. I'll try to live with what I've been given. But I think it's very, very impressive that they made some of the NPCs to be controlled for the quest fights. as reminding the MrBlack the slobber puss. That's the thing in question. But yeah, we all can complain, about a lot of updates and bugs they bring. But a lot of people are just sometimes not used to the updates. They just want to keep everything the same. So it's all balanced. Sometimes there are good updates, sometimes bad. I cannot really name any much of it, but the one came in mind and I thought very, very positive about is controlling the NPCs for some quest fights.
Fantastic. I'm happy with that. Yeah. Aslex, do you want to go next?
Yeah, of course. On top of the controlling the NPCs, like the quality of life changes, where you can now equip soul stones or capturing nets without having to remove your weapon. I think that's one of the better changes this update. They should have done that like 10 years ago, because pretty much it doesn't affect me at all. Because yeah, and pretty much one of the things that annoys me about this update is if you guys open your achievement tab, there is now a new section with Colosseum achievements. Now, these achievements do not give you points, but you know what the problem is? Like I said, I will have full achievements at the end of this month, and everything will be 100%, except for the Colosseum achievements. So my OCD cannot handle it.
Oh my god.
I cannot. There's no way for me to make a screenshot with everything 100%. So I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
MrBlack, do you want to go next?
Yeah, go for it. We do seem to have lost Washington's.
We have indeed. There's a message in here.
Washington died.
It's okay. We can carry on. Absolutely no problem at all.
I'm sure I'll catch up. So exactly like the other guys said, there's been so many fantastic quality of life changes. Namely being able to control certain NPC summons has been fantastic. Slobberpuss. As a lot of people would have come up against that challenge. And then, soul stones. But also, I just want to say about like individual smaller class changes that have really helped. Obviously, me being a Sadie as my main character, something like Earthquake. If you are able to set that up, the damage is fantastic. And just making it so there is a certain amount of earth spell, certain amount of agility, just good spell distribution in certain classes was really needed. And Sadie was definitely one of them. Like, it's actually viable now to be an Int Sadie or a Chant Sadie or an Agi Sadie or even Omni. You can be any of those. There is a couple of spells there that just don't really make sense, like Contamination to me, the new one. That really doesn't strike me very much when you still have Inoculation or Contagion. So I've never used it. But yeah, overall, just quality of life changes. And then I'm yes and no on any update at the moment. So yeah, I'm sure we'll end up going into lows after this.
I remember when the Any change came on, you were a bit concerned because obviously you play an 8-man team and the Any plays a vital role in keeping everyone alive. And the changes made it look as though, in the beginning at least, as though it has lost that ability. But are you able to tell us what happened afterwards once you got a good understanding of the class?
It hasn't lost the ability to heal. There are certain ways it is now better. So being able to heal and actually attract your allies, you're able to manipulate the map that little bit better. You can pull everyone in to be able to get around your vial. Obviously, every time you use a spell and it affects the vial, you get 2 of your AP back.
Yes.
So there are multiple things, like being able to give MP and AP. Not being able to do that anymore is a bit of a letdown, but being able to, I don't even know how to describe it. Like if my panda always gets the MP while the rest of my characters get AP. You know, I'm able to do that easier now than before.
Fantastic.
But yeah, like the healing, it is ever so slightly lower than it was, but it's still very viable.
Sweet. I've added Washington back to the chat. And if you can just fix your camera, please, my friend, we should have you back in full form and in no time. We can't hear you back, so feel free to say something in the chat so I can get you in on the question as well. In the meantime, while waiting for Washington to get back to us, I had this interesting remark that I made, but from my own personal gaming experience, but because I'm not diving deep into that one, I wanted to see what you guys thought of it. Are you familiar with the new sidekicks change? The fact that they've completely revamped them and they became sort of characters that you have with you in the fight. And they've added, as Aslix pointed out with Colosseum, they've added their own achievement tabs. What were your thoughts when that came through? Did you think that was interesting? Did you engage with it automatically, or did you do like I do, just pretend it never happened?
Sidekick ones?
Yes.
Well, the sidekick ones actually got added before they did the idol challenge changes, the idols. So basically, for me, it was like, oh, I have to run all these dungeons again for the sidekick achievements, and they didn't. These achievements did not like add anything to the dungeon itself. You just had to run the dungeon with a sidekick. So sure, it gave some free achievement points, which makes me like closer to 22k if they ever add a new ornament. But other than that, like the achievements weren't anything special. As for the sidekicks itself, I think it was a good change because sidekicks are now more usable. They are better now. I even made a video, I think, like the top 5 best sidekicks to use, especially if you're like a mono account player or like just someone with like 2 accounts maybe. You want to fill the team up to 4. These new sidekicks are actually a lot more useful. But for people who have like multiple accounts, it's not really like you're using them for maybe quest fights actually. So that's actually a thing they changed. And I think in the recent update is that you can now use also sidekicks for more quests, like the Paragon quest. So that's that's actually a good change. But these achievements weren't anything special.
I won't delve too much into this, but that was the reason why I started making videos on YouTube, is because I realized that change in particular, the sidekicks, the fact that you could have it in a fight, in a quest fight, was very little known. While I was doing it, someone sent me a private message who has watched my fight and said, hey, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
And do you know, that sort of creates in you the idea that there's a gap that can be filled. And yeah, so here we are.
Yeah, actually, I want to add something real quick. Like,
sure.
I found like a video of some. It was an English video, but someone I don't even know. There's actually one sidekick. Now I don't know the name from the top of my head, but there's a sidekick that if you use it in Helmina dungeon, it makes all the enemies visible and instantly kills all of the summons.
And you're just not gonna tell us the name?
No, I don't know it from the top of my head, but if anyone messaged me on Discord, I can probably link it there somewhere.
No. We need to know this. This is the kind of stuff that we need to tell everyone.
If you
now.
actually want to know it, just continue with your next question. I'll log into the game and give you the name in a minute.
Sure. Could I have a sound check, Iron Man, please?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes. Welcome back. I'll put the question to you, the previous one and the current one. So you'll have double task to catch up.
Oh, there
Are you ready for this?
Let's go. Let's get it.
Right. So the first questions was your thought about the recent changes that... Oh, I think you've already picked that one up, haven't you?
I answered that one, yeah.
Yeah, right, okay. So the one after that was about sidekicks. I've obviously started off by saying, after the change has happened, I've noticed that it happened, but I have completely ignored it. Not done anything with it. Not the achieves, not the dungeons. What was your thinking when you saw that come into place? Did it affect the way you play the game being Iron Man?
Actually, there is some part that that it was very how can I say it properly? It affected in a bit. Let's say that there are a couple of fights that are 8 loot, and my team is only 4 loot. So sometimes I put some sidekicks in.
Mhm.
Since it's not against my Ironman rules, because sidekicks you get from game, so it has to do some kind of a hard 8 loot. I mean, 8 loot quest fights. Yes, I use sidekicks. I didn't really use the new ones they released, but Astrub Knight is the OG, and we all can rely on that.
Yes.
Or the Lumino. That's the only two I mainly use.
Yeah.
So.
I'm happy for this stream to turn into an appreciation about the Astrub Knight and Lumino.
Still the best sidekicks in the game.
Yes, honestly, yeah.
I shared you the name of the sidekick
Oh, whereabouts? Where can I?
in the Discord. It's actually the fired amp signal. It is a yellow symbol.
Oh.
I have no idea how you get
fried
it. I think it
amp
was like
signal.
500 kk in the market.
Fried amp signal. Okay, that's good
That's
to know.
it. Everyone's running up to buy it as quickly as possible.
I think Eslix has just changed the price of an item in the game.
Yeah.
I hope you've put a handful of them on sale.
Yeah. This was all my tactic. I'm gonna go back to 1 billion kamas right now.
You're not meant to admit to things like that. We need to do some training after this.
Someone
will
in
be
your
very
chat
honest.
actually said, "Don't worry, it's gonna be nerfed in a week." For real.
Yeah.
So just checking, which one was it again?
The fired amp signal. So F.
I'll type it in the chat.
YRR. Yeah, whatever. You can put it in the chat probably. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all bait, it probably doesn't work. I think it does. Eslix knows what he's talking about.
Imagine if it got nerfed. If it got nerfed like this week and I don't know about it, then everyone's gonna buy it and it's not even working.
I must admit, I just bought one.
Oh, before the price rise,
Yeah,
let's
so
go.
You guys want to know like how I found out? So I was doing the quest of the evil forest, where you have to like do all these special things for one achievement that it gives literally 1 point. And the final step was to drop a damaged knife from the boss. So I had to run the dungeon over and over and over again. And then I was looking for some guides to make it drop quicker. And some dude actually just put this video, and I was like, oh, he's one-shotting these guys. How the hell? So then I bought the sidekick, and the dungeon was a lot quicker at that point. Yeah.
Amazing. If you see me a bit distracted, I am in fact buying myself one before they go up in price. Right, back to it. Focus. Right. Let's segue very nicely onto a topic that has proven quite divisive at the moment, judging purely on the Discord communications and posts I've seen from people. And the word is called unity. It's very ironic that unity has been divisive. So, what do we think here about unity? Hit me up, tell me everything from what you think about the graphics, the
It's shit.
change. All right. You started. Go on, Eslix.
All right. So it's not even at this point. I don't even think it's called an opinion anymore. Because if I made a video about the Unity sneak peek and I showed the images of how the classes are gonna look like, right? And 100% of all the people that commented on my video are negative about the way the class are looking, and especially the legs. Sorry.
No.
So
So
the all the graphics, the new maps, everything is like it's looking good. Like the new customizations about the interfaces, it's all perfect. But the way classes are going to look with the new update, it's just horrible. And I haven't seen a single person talking positive about it.
Okay. I see. And Kamo, if you're listening, you've heard it from the man himself. Right, so we've got the graphics covered. Washington, MrBlack? Any burning thing you need to say and let out?
So there's one thing that in there that I am really looking forward to, and that is an improved tactical mode.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the moment, it is just blank and boring, where in the next one, there will be movement. You will actually have a bit of scenery, but you can, it would just be like we're playing the game now, but you can actually clearly see the map. And I think that is going to be a fantastic update. Again, it's just going to be a small little quality thing, but it's going to make it so much easier to actually enjoy playing the game. You know.
Okay. Nice. A good little nifty improvement in the way that you interact with every aspect of the game. I like that. Washington, any burning desires? Anything that would turn Eslix's room red?
I have one thing in my mind is the smoothness improvement. I'm pretty happy that they're launching it on a new engine, and it's not gonna be like some kind of a transfer from JavaScript or the Flash that we used to play, but it's actually an improvement, and hopefully a lot of people can play this game without any frame drops, input lags, and etc. That's the one of the main things I'm concerned about. I want to second the MrBlack about tactical mode. I just hope it won't interfere with the visibility of the fight.
It won't.
No,
I hope so.
Seen the images. It's basically. Do you know how to? Yeah, you don't PvP. Like the new PvP maps, they actually are going to do the same for PvM.
Yeah.
So basically, they remove all excessive scenery, but they keep it like you can still see that you. For example, if you're doing Mercator Dungeon, if you go tactical mode, you can still see that you're actually doing Mercator Dungeon, but you don't have any like excessive stuff on the map, so you can still see line of sight, everything. So it's perfect.
Yeah, as long as the fights are good, I'm good. Well, the Dofus is the game that it has like a specific kind of a model, even though it's old and it's been developed since the beginning. Like it has its own, as I said, model, and I hope it's gonna be left like that, because that's one of the most unique things of this game. And I would not love the idea that it would be changed or copied from some other game, or I don't know. Yeah, so the idea is to keep the same model of a game.
Yeah, thank you very much for that perspective, guys. I'd just like to echo what Washington has said. This is not me giving my opinion. I'm just reiterating the fact that some people, if not most people who have left the game, when they come back to it, they will cite the feel, the looks, the graphics of the game as something that they couldn't find anywhere else. So I think the uniqueness of the graphics that Dofus represents, even though it's built on Flash and it's quite simple, is something that is spectacular, well done, and it resonates well with the players, enough for it to be something that makes you want to go back to it. And here we have Mr. Woody saying they still miss the retro aesthetics. We are moving towards more graphics and better looks, but we all yearn for something classic, so to speak.
I think if I can just add, there's one thing I am really looking forward to with Unity, and I'm hoping it's going to work. They are going to be able to hopefully manage bots a lot better. They're also going to be able to update a lot quicker, and also resolve any bug issues easier.
Fantastic.
Flash is not a nice thing to be coding in. Unity will be a lot easier for them.
Nice. Oh, amazing. I like that. I really, really like that. That was you've actually just burned through the question I was going to ask.
Sorry.
No, you're that good. You don't have to worry about it. So, this is for all of you again. If, let's say, Ankama is listening right now, what is one thing that you'd like to change in the next update? One specific thing, if they're listening, and they could just magically make it work for you. What is it? Let's go with Washington.
Just work on the marketing and get more people play the game. That's the only thing I would like to actually ask. Yeah.
So you've taken a macro view rather than a micro. You're happy with how things are for the most part right now.
It's maybe I'm not as happy, but I can't really specify one bad thing. I would rather they work, on bringing a lot of people back or getting new people in. I think that's the essential. And once a lot of more people, join our game, it's gonna be a push for Ankama to work better and investigate more issues and develop game in a more friendly way for everyone.
Oh, amazing, amazing. Aslix?
Well, what I want is because I like how the animations look in the game, right? So what I hope is that there's gonna be some way in Unity maybe where if you like using shortcuts, so you're playing a lot faster than normally, that the animations are also going to happen faster to avoid lag. Because I know most of the people, including me, actually turn off spell animations because if you're playing like shortcuts, it will slow down your turns, and especially if you're playing Panda, and I know Washington probably doesn't have this problem. if you booster 6 times, your turn is done.
Yeah, it takes too long. Yeah.
I also know that Ankama will not do major updates before they drop Unity because of the map updates. But I do hope that once Unity drops, we're gonna get some major content update. We're gonna get the 22,000 ornaments finally. I hope.
Oh, only you and Furex are thinking about that.
Yeah, true.
Everyone else, myself included, are thinking, oh, it must be nice to get to 14k achieves. One day. This might be my New Year's resolution. Who knows? MrBlack? Did you have a go? Or did you have something else you wanted to say? Go on.
No. So it's trying to think about what if I change anything at the moment. It's kind of a tough one, really. Obviously, they've been working on so many like bug fixes, quality of life changes. Obviously, over the last few months, we have seen almost like a revitalization of content creators and stuff like that. We've been given resources to be able to do things like this. So I kind of want to say, just keep going as they are, because it's seeming like they're a lot more active than they were. Because I know I remember when Frygos 3 was supposed to be coming out, and it took something like 2.5 years for them to release that.
Yeah.
But at least these days, updates are a lot more frequent, so there's a lot more stuff happening, which for me is a great sign. But something I would like to change right now is simple things like it's either control the bots or put more resources available, because some resources there was so little of them.
Yes.
And for all the people that want to play, simple things like if you wanted to make a bleeding heart set, trying to gather those rare resources are next to impossible.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
It's quicker to make the money and buy the item than it is to actually make it.
Yeah.
I'd just like to qualify that for the chat. If you are MrBlack, it's quicker to do these things. For the rest of us mortals, it takes forever. Right on. I'd just like to give you an indication, because we're pushing 2 hours now, and I'm conscious that I don't want to keep everyone here for the whole night. The next thing, just the plan of whatever is left, is we'll do a quick fire round like we've done earlier, just to soften the mood a bit, get the chat involved. In the meantime, any question that pops in the chat, I will take note of, and if it is good, I will pose it to your favorite content creators. Then we will give them the chance to tell you where to find them, where to support them, and how to best support them. And then I will announce my own giveaway that is happening very soon, and I'll give you some more details at the end. And yeah, and then we can move on from there into other things, do other things with our days. Right, are we ready for this, chaps?
Bring it up.
Quick
Let's
fire
go for it.
round. Is the chat hyped up and ready for another quick fire round, the last one for this stream?
Chat
Yep.
spam fire. Chat
Yeah,
spam
yeah.
fire.
Yeah, it's happening. Okay, everyone is ready. Yeah. Let's go. I'm seeing a lot of caps in the chat. Okay, let's go. This is another personal favorite of mine, and I have to say this, Dofus, you can say everything you want about it, but one thing you can't possibly blame them for is graphics. Their design is next to none. Some maps, some areas, some items are so well designed, they're just second to none. Which brings me to my question. What is your favorite area in terms of design? MrBlack.
Oh, that is a really, really difficult. It's a good question. I'll be very honest, very good question. Does it have to be one that is currently in the game, or one that was previous, maybe an area that's been revamped?
Let's stay with how it is now, because this is the most well-worked version of it. This is the version that people can go and double-check what
Oh.
you mean.
I definitely know which one for me. It would have to be the Destroyer's Nightmare.
Oh.
Uh,
It is an
oh,
area that not many people have seen because it's an end game one, but excellent.
Yeah.
Anything else to say about it?
The only other one I would have to say would be Ink and Paper.
Oh, that is superb. Yeah.
Those two,
Yeah.
yeah.
Close,
But
but
yeah,
yeah.
if you, well, for the guys that haven't been to Destroyer's Nightmare yet, the overall kind of idea of it is the war between Brackett and Bonts. It's kind of its manifestation. So everything's kind of happening there all at once. So you can see Brack buildings, Bonter buildings, soldiers from both sides, and it's all within an actual nightmare.
Right,
So if you haven't, if you've not been, I will happily show you how to get there.
Okay. MrBlack's next stream is Let's All Go to Destroyer Nightmare. Cool. Washington, quick fire, favorite area in terms of design?
It would be a paper of ink or paper. It's
Right.
specifically white backgrounds, everything. But
Nice.
since it's already been mentioned,
Mhm.
I would say it's former Aquadala, but it's like current Aquadala. Let's say it's kind of a in between the little water ponds and some kind of a oasis. I don't know. I kind of like that. I kind of fancy it.
Amazing. Double vote for Pandala. Eslex, quick fire, favorite area in terms of design?
The new island, actually.
Valonia.
Valonia, yeah, and especially the
Ooh.
Ephedria, so the Belladonna area, the castle.
Yeah.
I mean, the
yeah.
way that looks is just so amazing. Like, don't get me wrong, I hate the area, I hate the boss, but the area, it just looks so good.
Right, on to the next quickfire question. Piggybacking on terms of design, what is the area that needs to be set on fire, chucked in a bin, and never spoken of again? Washington.
Sponge mob area.
Okay. Eslex?
Not SpongeBob, that's OG. No. I think Ottomai needs a complete revamp.
But are you willing to say that it needs to completely be obliterated? It's complete rubbish.
No, it's old school. No, okay, so if it needs to be obliterated, then probably Nemotopia. It's the worst.
Oh, okay. That's not gonna please Queenie because she likes to vomit rainbows according to what she said on the chat.
Oh God, no.
MrBlack?
Very, very contrary to my name, I would say Sid Moat Moore.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bland, boring. It's been that way since 1.29. It just needs something happening there.
I getcha. How happy or how sad would you be if they changed Astrub? Aslex?
Astrup has already been changed, so I think it's good like this.
Washington?
I prefer the older way.
I'm picking up a vibe of you liking older stuff.
Yeah. Well, where are you playing?
You're an old school guy, that's all I'm saying.
Yep.
MrBlack.
So I'm going to split right down the middle on that. So some of the stuff there, yeah, it's great. It is still OG Astrub, but it's not quite OG Astrub anymore. You know, it's it's like using your old class statues and things like that. You know, it's just not quite the same, especially with no merchants around anymore.
Another one, piggybacking on the same topic, and I promise this is the last one about design. I know I really like this aspect of the game, but I have to hold back and ask other questions. Favorite weapon? Because they're so well designed, most of them. What's your favorite weapon? Washington, fire.
Oh, Aztec.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay.
I was going to say that.
Wow, okay. So we got 2 and 1. Think about another one, MrBlack. I'll come back to you. Aslex?
The Faux Netic Scythe.
Horneti. Ooh.
The agility one with
Black.
lifesteal.
Oh. Mr. Black, any replacement for the previous one?
I'm going to go really old school. I think it was called was it a killer black? It was a 5 AP sword. It's like a killery blade or something like that.
I'm not entirely sure.
Raziel.
I'll see if I can find it. Collateral?
We've got some really cool propositions on the chat. We've got Limbo Wand. I mean, it's rubbish for stats. It's useful
OG.
sometimes. But yeah, the look is quite... Yeah, it's OG. The other one I'm getting on the chat from... Who's Single-Malt Dofus? He said Crocobere. Anyone?
Greener.
Not after
greener.
update.
Yeah.
It's trash.
Someone also mentioned the Pink Claw. Do you know the ones? Do you know the Pink Claw?
Ooh, that's a
It's-
good one, actually.
It's all
Oh, yeah,
round
Pink
and
Claw.
yeah. War's Hallbacks. Okay, interesting. Rhino Bow. Amorithylene. Oh, I think I've seen it because I've crafted. It's a wand, isn't it? I've crafted it to make some other weapon. Is that right? It's in the recipe of something.
Isn't that
Rick-
the int wand? The old school Aniripsa int wand.
Yes. I remember it being abused by Enaripsas and
Yeah.
Zellers, I think. We've got some hand-derp daggers. Okay. You like blood
Ooh,
on your
good one.
weapon before you use it. Okay. Ricky wand, controversial. Right on. Next one. You're all 3 big questers. Washington, you're doing Iron Man, not defaulting on any area. MrBlack, you've done pretty much the whole game in a year. Slix, you're wondering when they're gonna give us the next 22k achievement tournament. So, the question I pose to you, what is your favorite questline, the one you've enjoyed doing the most, that you would not mind doing again 10 times?
Ooh,
Oh,
that's a good one.
Mm.
Mr. Black.
Oh, wow.
I think I'm just having a quick look.
I think I've just lagged. There are 3 servers all at once with that question.
Yeah, it is a real difficult. There is some really good quest lines,
Wow.
but within those quest lines, there are
Mhm.
some absolute horrible fights or
Mm.
horrible quests you kind of just have to get through.
Right on.
I think for a really just a good quest line, if you're
Mm.
able to do it, Helioclipsy is fantastic.
Oh, that is so good.
If especially there is a massive spoiler if you actually read the would anyone like a spoiler?
Yeah.
All bets are off.
Yeah. So disclosure, there is a spoiler coming up for the questline. I know most people don't even read it. Anyway, but so essentially part of the end of the Helioclipsy questline is you actually find out that when you came to the world of 12, your memory was wiped. And you are actually the god of death.
Wow.
So you
Bombshell.
are one of the gods. So I'd actually say that one is worth reading.
Oh, wow.
It's a seriously hard quest line, but it's worth doing.
Nice. Wow. Okay. Oof. I think we need a moment to recover from this, Mr. Black. We weren't ready for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aslix?
Favorite questline probably Emerald.
Oh,
It's
that is a cool
like
one.
you have to do stuff, but it's not too hard, you know? It's but yeah.
Enjoyable. I would agree with that. Washington?
I could see it's cloudy, but it's not about the egg, it's about the dimensions.
Yeah. Good one.
I kind of like to go get stuck in one dimension and just like, never get out again before I do everything.
My God,
I
that's
haven't
amazing.
done that. I haven't done that on my Ironman yet, but I used to play in Draconiri server as a solo account, and I have done cloudy there. It was really amazing.
Wow, that's amazing. Just as a side question, because you got me all curious now. Is it with most quest lines, you'll start in an area and then it'll make you go to all these sort of different useless places, in my opinion. Does it not do that within Dimensions? Do you just literally stay within?
Nah, unfortunately, if you read prerequisites, maybe you can, and if you're with your team and everything, but some quests need you to go back to the world of 12 and actually speak to some NPCs.
Right on.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, thank you very much. That was something that I was completely unaware of, but yeah, thank you. I wanted to point out that the chat has been unanimous in saying Incarnum. I don't know why, but the 12 or 13 first answers were all Incarnum. And I think it has something to do with the fact that it's easy and convenient and everybody sort of starts there. So maybe the memory of the game and you starting to play the game is tied with Incarnum. I don't know. That's just speculation on my part. Cool. We've got that out of the way. Next one. Boss mechanic you think is just perfect and the work of genius. Nothing to change about it. Washington.
Kimbo, all the way Kimbo. Love it.
Wow.
Okay, I'd like to say fake it till you make it. So you can curse a lot of time about it, but once you love it, once you know how it is, especially in dreams, it's a gift. It's a gift from God, and you all know it. In dreams, Kimbo is the.
It's the OG
best
I'm
thing.
getting. That's what I'm getting from the chat as well. People agree with you. That's amazing. MrBlack.
I'm going to say one here, but it's going to be a complete lie, and it's going to be Count.
Yeah.
How do we ban him again? I need to get rid of you right now.
Definitely not. Okay, no, that is a fake answer straight away.
Right, okay. You got what you wanted. You got my reaction.
So I think it's a really difficult one because there's some fantastic mechanics. There's some just annoying. So and I know Essex will hate this, but I really like Belladonna.
Oh my God, I'm out.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so for me, it's just something a little different, you know. It would
That's
either have to be
impressive.
that or the one I said to you in chat yesterday.
Yeah. I'd just like to point out that the word that was used in the chat about Belladonna is gross. You make up that way.
Agreed.
If you guys want to see it, I've actually got a 200 idle score Belladonna video.
But yeah, I was there. He did it first go. He was asking me, how does the dungeon work? I quit. I just look away for 5 minutes, come back. Oh, I've done it. Full achieves. First go. Score 200.
Yeah,
Eslex.
Clean Hands that was fun.
Eslex.
I think the best mechanic is Nihileza, because you can abuse it and one-shot all of the mobs in the game, in the fight, pretty much.
That is interesting. If you know what you're doing, you could essentially have the boss help you.
Yeah, the swapping mechanic, basically, yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, all your answers are baffling me right now, and I like it. We've got some interesting ones in the chat as well. We have got Count Harburg, except this time, seriously. I don't know what is wrong with people, and I need to learn how to ban people from the stream. I'm only saying that because that's literally the one dungeon I cannot do myself. It just breaks my brain. I can't do it. Sorry to say, I can't do it, no matter what I try. Yeah, Queenie just ran it 4 times yesterday, chill. Okay, show off. Next question. Boss mechanic you think is the devil wishes they had thought of. The worst possible one.
I can start this one, I think. And
You guys, Lex.
I think it's Cabal, even though it's it's super easy if you have a panda and an Elio. I think the whole mechanic of that entire dungeon is based around you having a panda and an Elio. And if you don't have those, it's one of the worst dungeons in the game.
I see. Washington?
Well, I haven't done that for Ironman team, but I think it's Bethel
Oh,
Yeah.
because the
curious.
once
What about it?
when I played it, you have to hit the totem and you have to hit it a lot of times, and it's very annoying. You have to have specific positioning for the boss and for the summon. It's I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Deal, Mr. Black.
So first, I have to completely agree with S-Leaks.
Mhm.
If you don't take a Panda and an Elio to come out, you are going to have the hardest time beating that boss. I remember, so the first time I actually did that boss,
Mm.
for some stupid reason, I went with 3 Saddies, a Panda, an NU, and I just buffed up 1 Saddie, infected everything, and just nuked the entire mob on turn 1.
Yeah.
But obviously you can't do that anymore. But
Mm.
that boss without those 2 classes, terrible. But for me, the worst one, I'll tell you what, the one I really don't like, Belly of the Whale.
Okay, yeah. Go on, tell us.
having-
I've got my own idea, but please do tell us why.
Having to just sit there for 5 turns and wait for them to kill themselves,
Ah.
right? No thanks.
All right.
That's
So it's the lack
absolutely boring.
of
It's boring.
interactivity with it. You just have to wait for the
Yeah.
mechanic to take place. I see. I see.
Yeah.
You either push them away or you tank them. You just don't heal. Then
Yeah.
you just pass your turns and do a couple of hits, and that's it.
Outstanding. Thank you very much. Some also surprising answers in the chat as usual. Shogun
Yeah.
Tofugawa. I wonder why Potato Pock you think Shogun is terribly designed and want to remove. Funaroshi has come up a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Bethel has come up as well, but only because of it being a close combat. It dictates the way you have to play your team. You can't sort of play a long range and then still do it comfortably. Copper Bell is just cheap and lazy. Thank you very much for that, Leo. Yeah.
Puppet Master in Dreams.
Yeah, we've got a couple of things to do with dreams like Puppet Masters and Tengu. I get that. I get that. Thankfully, Puppet Master is not there after 400. Cool. This will be an interesting one, given that all of you have done high-end game dungeons. But what is the hardest dungeon that you think most people struggle with, that you just can't get why? It's so easy to you, just cheese through it every time. Mr. Black.
I would probably have to say King or Queen. Single paper.
Okay.
Saddies destroy that dungeon.
Yeah.
The MP reduction.
If you can infect, just MP reduce, and that's it. You've won.
Yeah.
But yeah, without a Saddie, definitely a little bit difficult.
Yeah, I'm gonna reiterate the question because a couple of people missed it from the chat, but what is the hardest dungeon that most people seem to struggle with, that you just can't understand why? It's so incredibly easy to you. S-Leaks?
Well, I would personally say Eternal Conflict.
Oh,
But
interesting.
I think a lot of people are not like at that stage of the game, and therefore I do feel like a lot of people would say Count, because of the mechanic where you have to like do hits in a certain degrees, which is like super annoying, especially if you have like a bad short-term memory.
No need to call me out like that, S-Leaks.
No worries.
Washington.
I'm gonna repeat one more time. It's Kimbo. I have seen a lot of people just running level 200 teams, dying and over again. It's very, very simple once you read. But I cannot really give more insight since I haven't reached as much as you. So.
Right on. Yeah, thank you very much for that. I think when you guys mention dungeons like Eternal Conflict, I think the barrier to entry is super high. The very fact that you need a 26 million Dofus, literally, that's a prerequisite at this point, unless you're willing to break your head with 2 sorts of modifiers, makes it inaccessible, and I completely get that. So most people haven't tried it yet to begin with to make or form an opinion of it. Cool. I've said it earlier about count. My brain literally breaks when I get into that boss fight. I have no idea how to use my hands, what to do with life. I just completely am at a loss. What is a dungeon that gives you the same feeling? A mechanic or a boss that you just can't understand no matter how hard you tried? Let's go, Washington.
I would say count when I was playing on my
My
end
guy!
game team. Yeah, the count was. If it was like the only way of telling which way to hit, but no, they're trying to get 3/4 of that. I was like, no, why? I don't
Yeah.
want to be in the math class,
Yeah.
So
yeah,
yeah, count.
I have a funny anecdote. I say this every time. After I try count, I have to think about where I should put my hand in real life to grab my whiskey glass. If I put it 3/4 that way, will it reach? Eslex?
I would probably, because if you know the mechanics of dungeons, most of them aren't even too bad, especially if you get like a good team. But I
Mhm.
would probably say servitude, because there's like some kind of
Mm.
mechanic that makes you gain stacks to hit the boss.
Yeah.
I have no idea how it works. What I usually do is take an eye up in an Elio and then take an Feka and just range in film and then kill the boss. I just
Yeah.
completely ignore the entire mechanic, basically.
Right on, I get you. Would you?
I have no idea how it works.
I mean, I'm sure if you put your mind to it, you could, given that you find eternal conflict easy.
Probably.
Yeah. Mr. Black?
So firstly, 100% count.
Yes.
But
Vindication.
that's horrible. But I won't say that one. I'm gonna say one that I'm still currently learning. Just because it's working out how all their effects work together, organizing them, and not getting yourself nuked in the process. Eclipse Storm.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah. I completely forgot about that one.
That's
Do you want to tell the
tricky
chat
thing.
what is Eleucalypse? Because it's not a traditional dungeon by any means.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Go on.
So essentially, you've got your 4 horsemen. So you've got corruption from the Tree of Death. You've got war from the Blood Throne, servitude, shackles of tyranny, and then you've got misery from the judgment of scales. If you get all 4 of those bosses, put them into the same room.
Wow.
That's the Eclipse Storm.
My God.
Really, really tough fight. I will put my hand up and say, for my Nightmare Dofus, I got leeched.
Me too.
I'm not ashamed of that.
Right.
That is a difficult fight.
Big thanks to Volcasaurus for the leech.
Yeah.
I'd probably say that fight is probably the most difficult in the game.
You wanted to say something, Washington?
Yeah, I just want to quickly interrupt and appreciate the chat and people that watching this first podcast, first stream. Thank you very much for coming in, for joining and supporting us. It's really great deal, and I hope our community will expand. So that's what I wanted to mention.
Thank you very much. I was going to say something, but now you've completely flattened me. I can't say anything better than what you've done. But I'll still do it anyway. It's silly in comparison. But Mr. Black's answer essentially was the 4 horsemen. And before we started the stream, Eslex sent us the best meme that nobody could come up with except him. And I'm gonna put it up on the screen for you all to see. We were debating what should we call the podcast.
Yeah.
And he just photoshopped our faces on top of the 4 horsemen. And I thought this was priceless. It's amazing. Everybody should see it. Especially Mr. Black's face, who definitely knows your secrets.
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Even my stream for the people watching it, I have actually put it right in the middle for a bit of fun.
Yeah.
There it is.
That's wonderful.
Lovely.
Thank you very much for that amazing answer, Mr. Black. It was fantastic.
But, I just want to touch on one thing that was just said in the chat, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, sure.
So someone asked me if I've recently posted up the Sea for Blood, asking that I posted up the 4 horsemen fight. So for the Nightmare Dofus, yes, you have to do the actual dungeon, but there is also there's actually 2 solo fights against the 4 horsemen. One within the nightmare, one within prologue achievements.
Hmm.
Essentially, yeah, you do have to solo them, but it is not the same fight. They are very, very different.
Right. Yeah, so I think here what MrBlack is saying is there is a fight where you have to fight them with your normal gear and stats, all 4 of them, the 4 horsemen, and one that is a quite, how can I say this? Well, it's a quest fight where you have enhanced abilities and their mechanics are not applied to that fight. Did I do it justice, MrBlack?
So pretty much all of their mechanics are still in effect. There's a couple that are not, so like Servitude doesn't summon our miscreants anymore. But unfortunately, you are not able to use things like pushing or pulling abilities, like transpositions, things like that. So you have to be quite careful on your positioning. And obviously, so every time you walk next to one of the monsters, you push it back. Now, if you go walk next to Servitude, his reflect is still in effect. So you have to be quite careful of things like that.
Fantastic, fantastic. We have 3 to go, and I'd like to make them enjoyable. So feel free to expand as long as you want on this one in particular. Who do you think is the best PVM player? People who post videos.
Oh, I know.
Go on, Eslix.
It's not an English one. It's pro. I mean, it's so hard because it's gonna be I think 3 people that come to mind. First of all, Volcosaurus, and the second one is probably Kiwi. I think that one is definitely the best Infinite Dreams player.
Yeah.
And the third one is Washington. You maybe know the guy that Pingy always shares videos about. That's also on our server.
Yeah.
Shout out to Akrot, yeah.
You know the name?
Yeah, Akrot or Arcot.
Yeah, Arcot. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one probably as well, because he's doing dreams on his craw, which is insane.
Yeah, mad.
Those are the 3 that came to mind.
Nice. Okay. Washington.
I don't have that much of a idea about like non-English speaking channels, but of course I know Volcasaurus, I know Arcot, I know. Well, it was Belden back in the day, of course, but yeah, I think Volcasaurus has very interesting way of showing how to beat a game in the ways that we can't even imagine.
Yeah,
without class spells.
Yeah. Shout out to Volcasaurus if you're in the chat or watching this in the future. Yeah. MrBlack?
I must admit, I am pretty clueless. When I come into the game, 9 times out of 10, I'm just plowing through my own stuff. But 100% Volcasaurus is up there.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah,
cool.
That's about it for me on that one.
For a second, I thought when Eslix said he's not English, I thought he was going to mention me, but big sad. Very big sad.
No. There's a difference between best PVM and most lucky player.
Yeah.
Okay. True. Very well. I'll take that. Many years from now, you've stopped making content, all 3 of you. You've stopped playing the game. You've moved on to different things altogether in your life. What do you hope people will remember you for the most? MrBlack.
So for me, a lot of my videos and streams, I try to keep them very raw. So I don't like doing massive amounts of editing, things like that. You'll see with a lot of my streams, all I'll do is cut off the start, cut off the end, and that will be my video. So I want to show Dofus as it's being played.
Right on.
So I'd rather be kind of remembered for the style of it, where I'm actually showing the game rather than like stuff flying all over and little editing. I don't want to be known for editing.
So raw performance. This is what the game is all about. Cool. Eslix?
Yeah. Now, I think I misunderstood your question, because you said that there will be a time where we don't play those anymore.
Yeah, you've stopped playing, you've stopped creating content, you're doing something else with your life.
Yeah,
what would you like people who still play the game to, when they talk about you, what are they thinking about? Who was Eslix? What did he do?
Then I understood you correctly, but that's not possible, man. Like,
Mm.
no, in 20 years, in 20 years, we will still be playing this game. Like, even if we quit next year,
Yeah,
we will come back 10 years from now. Like, it doesn't matter. Like,
yeah.
it's what we do.
That
It's what
is
we
an
do.
answer. That is an answer. I'll take that. Nobody
Yeah.
quits
You know,
Dofus, as
it's
Leo said.
inevitable.
Yeah.
Nobody quits
It's
Dofus.
inevitable.
Yeah, yeah. Washington?
Well, it's kind of self-explanatory, isn't it?
Iron Man, I guess.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nice, nice.
Well,
Go on, expand.
yeah, it's. I don't want to be remembered for something like, but maybe just people inspire a little bit of a people that could, change up the gameplay, and do what they want, what they like, not just because, to reach to the end. And what's that? Then it's nothing. You don't experience, But yeah, I just want people to enjoy the game and approach from every perspective that they can think of. Yeah.
Fantastic. So the man who did it all himself. Fantastic. I like that. The iron of all Iron Man. Right. I think this is my last question for you guys. So take a time to think through it. And I want you at the end to tell everyone that is watching how they can find you online, how can they support you, what is the best way that you'd like to be supported by everyone watching this now and in the future. And the question is there any content creator that you'd like to produce something together with? So if they're watching this and they hear you mention their name and then send you a message and do something together, who would that be? Aslix?
Well, first of all, of course, with you guys, because you guys are currently active, and yeah, we should definitely do more content together. But outside of us four, then I would probably want to do something together with Benjamite, probably, because the moment I got like bigger on YouTube, that was the moment that he stopped making content. So we kind of like. Also, he did more like lower level content, but I don't know. Maybe if there's a day where he comes back, maybe.
Oh, we've lost your audio.
My audio?
Yeah, we've lost just the last bit. Or would you not saying anything?
I don't think I know. I only said like if he ever comes back, then it would be nice to do some
Fabulous.
content together. Yeah.
Fabulous. Thank you very much for that answer. Washington?
Yeah. So I would be. It's amazing. It's a pleasure to do everything with you guys. I would love to carry on to do something together. Also, there's one person actually that comes to my mind. He didn't even make, I think, 4 or 5 videos. He completely started. I don't know. He didn't even get to finish what he started because his account was banned because of the Ankama bot, software and stuff like that. The guy just came to my stream once and started to interact, and he started his 8-man Ironman team just after a big break. But I've seen some of his rundowns of Ironman, and he's very sincere, and I would love to do something with him. His YouTube name is Freeze Dofus.
Right on. Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah, I don't think he's putting up on the contents, but he was really sincere to talk to, and it looks like he could bring a lot if he still keeps playing.
Yeah, you saw the potential.
Yeah, absolutely.
And understood the type because it's quite similar to what you do. Fabulous. Thank you very much for
and
that.
also, sorry to interrupt.
No, you go.
Are we gonna put our links
yes,
now or
please.
later on?
Feel free to put them in the chat for everyone to see. And as part of your answer, you can tell everyone that's listening how they can reach you and best support you.
Okay, just a quick one.
We'll go back to you, Aslix, because you missed out on your answer.
Yeah, so there's no need of any other support. Just I just hope you enjoy my content. Play the game what you like. Try not to be like others, and enjoy the game. Take it easy, take it slow. The best support from you is like coming to stream or comment under the videos. Just interact with me, communicate. It's the best possible way. I really like talking and sharing the ideas with people. So That's the best thing. And I'm gonna, of
Great.
course, put my YouTube channel and my Twitch stream link
Fabulous. Fabulous.
in
Fabulous.
chat. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. Who did I miss? Was it MrBlack or was it Eslix?
So Eslix hasn't put his links or anything like that yet.
Mhm. Yeah, feel free to use the chat, guys. Cool.
Yeah,
Mr.
so-
Black, was it
yeah.
you or Eslix that didn't pick up the answer yet?
Mr.
I
Black.
haven't done the answer yet.
All right, go on.
So honestly, I'm very, very happy to stream with anyone that wants to be involved. But obviously my main thing is everyone that's within the content creator program. You guys, like obviously we've got quite a good little network of friends on the game as well. So like I do want to mention a couple of notable people that have been absolutely massive in helping me get through a lot of these quests and stuff like that over this year. So obviously yourself and Eslix have definitely been there a lot. Literally, Eslix helped me get through a few fights the other day. Obviously DS, Beer, Jimmy Jim, a lot of people from Mirkwood, Starbound, they've been absolutely amazing. And I would not be anywhere close to where I am without them.
Sweet.
Being able to be a part of any kind of content creation with them guys or anyone like that, it is always amazing. But I'm gonna just put into the chat now for you guys, just my list of socials and stuff like that. So you've got my YouTube, my Twitch, Twitter, and there's also my Streamlabs. If you do want to pick yourself up a t-shirt or anything like that. Sorry, I had to do it.
Yes.
But for supporting content creators, the biggest thing you can do is follow, watch the content, support. Every follow, every chat, every on Twitch especially, like subscriptions, things like that, they are huge and they make an absolute world of difference.
Fabulous. Any last words, you guys? Anything you have not said yet? Any burning desire to let something out before we go?
Yeah.
Go
So
on.
basically, all of the links to our channels will be on Discord later as well. We will make maybe a post together with all of the links, I guess.
Mhm.
And I will put a link to the Echo PVM Discord in the chat. And on top of that, I think most of you guys know Arctic Goon as well. So together with some of the creators of the creator program, we made a new Discord. And that Discord is gonna be used purely for the giveaways only. So the way it works is I will probably send a link in the chat as well. The way it works is you can join. There will not be a lot of channels that you have access to, except for probably the general discussion. But when there is going to be a giveaway, you will get a notification in announcement, and there's also be giveaway rules. You can enter the giveaway. And for those of you who participated in the trivia giveaway that I did last time, there were some problems with delay. So the next time, if any of the creators wants to do a trivia giveaway where people need to type in chat the answers, it's gonna be taking place in the Discord actually. So there will be no delay, and everyone has a same chance to win. So I will put links to both of the Discords in the chat, and you guys can join there.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that ample, completely rounded up summary. I appreciate it. The links are in the chat. So now on to the last thing I wanted to... Oh, no, Washington has got
Excuse me,
something to say. You go.
I think we didn't cover it maybe, but I have an idea for collaboration. I told Mr. Black about it. I mentioned the Netflix as well. There is one thing that I think we can all play together and experience the actual game with friends is play on Draconiri server, 4 of us, or I don't know, and do Ironman, all of us, but as a team.
That's interesting. It's a shocking
Yeah.
revelation for Eslix from the looks of it.
Yes, yes, Slix, yes, my guy. And also, pandas are banned. Hashtag no panda in
No
Dofus no
panda.
more.
We know what everyone is picking as a first class now because we've asked that question
Yeah,
earlier. Yeah,
yeah, but
fantastic.
that's the idea of even not even Draconier server, but like somehow we could just play together, doing together. It's not even like takes maybe hour a week or something, but it's a content, it's a communication, it's a get together with all of us. I think that's just the idea, but I wanted to share with you all.
Amazing. Thank you very much. I'd like to conclude this stream by saying something about my giveaway. Some of you may have noticed someone comment in the chat called Single-Malt Wi-Fi. I understood approximately 2%, but it was fun. Right. This person right here happens to be my wife. Yes, not all gamers are solo. Not all gamers. So,
I'm his
with... Hmm? Yes. With the help of Wi-Fi, Single Malt Wi-Fi, I have planned a fun evening, just like this one. It probably will be a bit later than we have done this one, but I intend for it to be the most fun, biggest giveaway ever. Up until this point, of course, until one of the guys with us in the chat decides to do something about it. Or somebody else, who knows. So, the prizes will range anywhere from 2 Jahashes are finding new owners. There'll be an ochre that will find a new owner. There'll be a house in Free Ghost. There will be
Wow.
some Mimi Simbics. There will be... Anyway, the total value of everything will be edging 5 to 700 million. I haven't decided yet. But I'm very thankful for everything that the community has done for us, the content out there, the help I got from MrBlack, the support from Slix with Dreams, and just the sheer bloody good energy from Washington. I just bloody love it. So I thought we could do that. Wifey will present it, but I'd count on all 3 of you to be there, present for the event. Everyone can win something. There will be... go on.
What is the time of this going to be?
It probably be 8 p.m. UK time, but we'll see. We'll see.
3 a.m. for me.
Yeah, okay. We'll see. We'll talk about it. It is going to be sometime around the end of March to beginning of the end of February, beginning of March. So not very long from now. It will require some planning, and that is why I have allowed myself some time because I've got other things I'm doing in life. Yeah. Do we have any questions in the chat? Anything in particular that you want to pose to your favorite streamers here today before we draw this to a close?
Can we just appreciate the Single Malt and all this narrative podcast? It's amazing. I didn't expect it to be so well. It's you're doing amazing job, mates. It's crazy. Yeah, the Dofus needed this. The English community needed this, and it's crazy what you actually delivered. I appreciate that, and I thank you from my heart for this opportunity.
No worries, man. Thank you. I very much appreciate you and everyone else in this conversation. It doesn't seem like we have some pretty basic questions. We all play in the Talkasha server, previously Echo. Some people have had the desire to go back and start playing after this chat. That is brilliant.
Awesome, nice.
We have a question about the podcast generally. These 3 faces that you see here will make future appearances. I can guarantee you that. I'm very keen to start getting people following on from that French YouTuber who I will give you the name. It's Iwyll. He stopped playing. It's Iwyll. The guy who brought Kiwi on for about an hour and a half and talked about dreams in as many details as you could possibly imagine. I'd like to do something to that effect with brilliant people. I'd like to bring in 1 by 1 or sometimes 3 or I don't know, and just get the benefit of their experience, package it, edit it very well so that you can listen to it while you're mowing the lawn or doing the dishes or I don't know, driving to work and whatever. And we'll see what comes out of it. Yes,
Well,
hopefully, Sevi.
I'm up for an
Wow.
Infinite Dreams podcast.
Okay, we're getting ideas already. Isn't that fascinating? Yeah. I'll leave the floor to you guys if you have any last words before I draw this to a complete halt.
I'm pretty sure it wouldn't take too much persuasion to get some of the other official content creators involved as well. I think with a little bit of a come and help us. I reckon maybe Astro might, but we'll see.
You've heard the Astro.
And then someone's just got to keep on to Benjamite and see if we can get him involved.
Yeah, I think the best policy with Benjamite, who I've spoken to just today, is make it viable for him to come back. If he thinks there's a good enough community that is ready to have him back where he can contribute, do collabs. I understand that it must have felt pretty lonely for him to be doing stuff on his own. So I think we're doing all we can to bring him back, and hopefully he's watching this in the future. Yeah.
Maybe. I hope so. I hope a lot of other content creators will join up, and we get better, relationships between each other, and just increase all the community.
Sweet. Yeah.
And I want to thank everyone as well who's watching our content, and any suggestions on future content, whether it be guides, tutorials, podcasts, maging, PvP, whatever you want, just let us know, and there's always somebody who's gonna put that content out for you guys. If there's anything specific, just let us know. And thank you for all the support over this past year, and let's make 2024 a good year.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for the last word, Slix. And do you want to say something, Mr. Black?
No, I was just going to, again, say thank you to the community and Happy New Year. Good luck for 2024.
Thank you very much. And for everyone in the stream, we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you very much for watching, and peace.
See ya, guys.
Woo!